time, all of my life, living in a world of regression, tyranny's mixed with self-oppression. What am I to do but tear away when I'm boiling at the top? Try to find a way to fight the fire, smart to rap from the minds of liars, call the shots as you bow your heads, and the march never stops. The stars could be free, but this insanity bends you right by the knee. Running in circles now for something that can't be found, and I bet as you hit the wall, the rain starts to fall. You can run away, sing a tune that's true, I'll be beside you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Modern Day Debate. Sorry that we're a little bit behind, but we're ready to go. It is flat versus globe this evening. So to get us started here, we're going to have 10 minutes on the floor for Matthew, and I'm just going to ask FTFE to come off the mute just to let them warn you. FTFE, we're going to get started now. So yes, thank you everybody for being here. You have 10 minutes on the floor. Thanks for being here, Matthew.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. I want to give first thanks to the creator of heaven and earth for giving us the opportunity to enjoy this realm and talk about this interesting topic of flat versus globe. I want to give a big shout out to Modern Day Debate for having me back on the show. Hope everybody...
Hello.
Oops, sorry, we're doing our intros.
Hey, can you hear me?
I was just trying to let Craig know we're starting. So yeah, go ahead there, Matthew, and yes, welcome back to the channel.
Hey, am I still live?
Yes, you still are. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So just want to say basically, yeah, like and subscribe to Modern Day Debate. It's the best debate show I've seen on so far. And want to thank everyone. Ryan, I want to thank you, Craig, Right the Flat Earth. Appreciate you being here. And anyways, what I want to do is I want to present some factual evidence as well as some predictions that destroy the globe theory. Okay, the factual evidence I want to present is this. Okay, the solar day is 24 hours, right? Allegedly, that's the Earth rotating, right? Spinning 1,000 miles an hour, right? That takes 24 hours for it to make its complete turn. Now, compare that to the sidereal day, which is the time it takes for the stars above us to make a complete rotation, right? Now I wrote it down. The sidereal day is 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.09 seconds. Now, excuse me, I'm a little winded. I'm walking at the moment. But what that means is there's a difference of 3 minutes and about 55 seconds. Now, the problem for the globe theory is this, right? How is it possible that the stars can rotate faster than the Earth? Okay, let me run that quick again. The solar day is 24 hours, right? The Earth making one turn. Okay, now the stars, their speed is faster than the Earth turning, okay? Now what that, like I said, the honest question for globers is, how is it possible that the stars can rotate faster than the Earth, okay? Craig, we'll talk about that, man. Looking forward to your input on that. Okay, so that's factual evidence that destroys the globe theory, okay? I'm sure we'll have a lot of time to talk about that. Okay, next, predictions. Predictions that destroy the globe theory, okay? I was taking a look at the full moons the coming full moons, okay, of August and November. Now the full moon in November 15th. Now this is very interesting because this is predictions, right? The full moon of November 15th comes up at 6:14 a.m. Okay? The full moon rises at 6:14 a.m. And when does the sun rise? 6:24 a.m. Which means that in the eastern sky, right, that morning, we're going to have the full moon rising, and then 10 minutes later, we're going to have the sun rising. They're not going to be on opposite sides of the sky, okay?
Good Lord.
Get what I'm saying here? Now, these are predictions. The source, if you want to look at, what I'm claiming, timeanddate.com, source, okay? Now, what that means for globe theory is that we have the full moon rising and the sun rising, and they're both facing the earth. How is it possible that it's the sun illuminating the moon sending it back to earth when they're rising almost at the same time? And I'm not sure when exactly the time will be, but they will be both in the sky together perfectly. Now that prediction destroys globe theory. Now let me run that by you one more time, okay? This is from my vantage point here, beautiful Southern California, okay? November 15th, 6:14 a.m., the full moon rises, okay, in the east. 10 minutes later, the sun rises. Now I could understand, if they were on opposite sides of the sky, right? Like if it was, morning time and the sun was rising in the east and the full moon was in the west. Yeah, I could understand why people might think it was, the sun illuminating the moon. But what do you do when they're in the sky rising together, right? So that's it. That's a big checkmate on this whole flat versus globe theory. I mean, I'm sorry to anybody who still believes in globe theory. I'm sorry, guys. Shit. I used to be a glober too. Used to love NASA. Used to, I still kind of like Star Trek, honestly. But it's just over. This globe theory, it's over. People don't believe it anymore. That's a blessing that they don't believe it anymore. So basically, that's it. I presented factual evidence that destroys globe theory, and I presented predictions for that too. And it would work on a flat Earth too, having the moon be its own light up there, and the sun, just being its own light moving over the earth, just like the Bible says it does. So I think that's about it. Finished with my intro, and I look forward to a great debate with you, Craig. Respect you a lot, love your show, love your passion, and that's about it. I'm finished with my intro.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Matthew, for coming out to Modern Day Debate. And I know we had a few minutes to get you on screen, but we do appreciate you working through the technical issues and getting on the platform.
Can you guys see me yet?
We can't see you yet. Let me make the request for you to come on video camera. Maybe that will pop up in your notification bar, and maybe we'll get you on here.
No, I still only see the my email screen. It's very weird.
That's very strange. Well, it's working now, so let's not try to go fixing what's not broken entirely yet. Let's say. So thank you again.
Oh yeah,
Matthew.
this is fine. And thank you very much for the time.
No worries.
Appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you, Matthew. And I will just say, welcome to Modern Day Debate, everybody. We are a neutral platform hosting debates on science, politics, religion. We do hope you feel welcome at Modern Day Debate. Take the time to hit the like button. And what we're going to do is go immediately over to FTFE's opening. So you have up to 10 minutes to make your opening statement. So go ahead there, FTFE, and the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you for having me on. I very much appreciate it. It's 2:15 in the morning, but it's all good. I always enjoy these debates, and I always hope that there's evidence for the flat Earth that is actually brought that I can debate against, but I don't think it was again. But anyway, a little bit about me. My name is Craig. I run the YouTube channel FTFE, where I debunk the flat Earth nonsense and other science misunderstandings. I have a degree in physics. I have a degree in nuclear engineering. I'm an ex-military nuclear engineer. I'm an ex-wind farm developer. And now I do this full time because I'm physically disabled and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I think that I'm qualified to talk about physics, and I kind of I use this as teaching opportunities, really, which is obviously what I'm going to have to do here. The evidence that the Earth is a globe and rotates it's abundant. It's so obvious to see. It's been measured that the Earth rotates. We can look at simple things like Bob Nadell using his fiber optic gyroscope to physical gyroscopes that can easily measure the Earth's rotation. We can look at how flight mechanics work and how pilots literally use a software called ForeFlight, which is a globe, to plan their great circle routes. The evidence for the globe is, I don't have the burden of proof because it's been done, but I will present any evidence that is asked for by my opponent. But what I'm going to do for my opening is just kind of talk about his misunderstandings and the reason why he didn't really bring any evidence for the flat Earth. So the first thing he said was about sidereal versus solar days. And he asked, how can the Earth rotate at a different speed to the stars? Unfortunately, this is just a misunderstanding of what a sidereal and a solar day is. So a solar day is the time it takes for the Earth to rotate on its axis. 24 hours on its axis. The solar day is the time it takes for the Earth to rotate 24 hours relative to the sun. The sidereal day is the time it takes to rotate relative to the distant stars. So one is slightly longer than the other. A solar day is the period it takes for Earth to rotate on its axis so that the sun appears in the same position in the sky as it did the previous day. This is what our clocks are based on. A solar day is 24 hours. However, because the Earth is also orbiting the sun, it has to rotate a little bit more than one full turn to bring the sun back to the same spot. On the other hand, a sidereal day is the time it takes for Earth to complete one full rotation relative to distant stars, not the sun. Sidereal days are a bit shorter, 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. And this difference happens because as the Earth orbits the sun appears to move relative to the stars, and the Earth needs to rotate a bit more to catch up to the sun's apparent position. So they're not rotating at different speeds. They're rotating at a speed relative to the Earth. And unfortunately, it was just a misunderstanding on your part of what a sidereal and a solar day was. The other thing that you said was about the predictions for the sun. So I want to quickly look at a little model. Well, a little model, it's called Solar System Scope. It's a model of our solar system. So let me just bring this up one sec. Display one. Okay, so this is Earth on November the 15th, which is, I believe, the day that you said. Let's look for where the moon is over here. So moon's over there. Okay. Where's the sun? The sun is over there. Okay. So from the position on Earth, we're going to see, if we're like over here on Earth, we're going to see the moon rise.
You're not screen sharing on my end.
Oh, I'm not. Sorry. My bad.
That's okay.
Hey, I can't see any video. Only thing I can see is my email screen. So you have to tell me what you're showing. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Craig. My bad. It's just
right, okay,
I can't see what you're showing on the screen, man.
Right. Well, I'll explain it.
All right, we'll give you back your time.
So can you see it now, Ryan?
Yeah, we can see that on your screen. Yep.
Okay, so this is November the 15th. And I am showing the positions of the moon and the sun relative to the Earth on November the 15th. Okay, so if people are on Earth over here at this point, and I'm showing a 3D view of the solar system, Matthew, which you'll have to look at later. And as the Earth rotates, the moon is going to rise, and then as it rotates more, the sun is going to rise. But because the moon is directly opposite the sun, both will appear in the sky at the same time for people that are over this side looking out, but it will also be a full moon. And it's simply just the ability to think in 3D, which your predictions, you kind of used your predictions in it with 2D thoughts in your head. All you have to do is get a model like this called Solar System Scope. It's completely free. And you can actually have a look at the positions of everything at the same time. So it will absolutely explain why people looking out towards space will see both the moon and the sun at the same time. The moon will rise first, and then the sun will rise, but both will be seen in the sky at the same time whilst the moon is full. Being able to think in 3D answers that. So there is no issues with the predictions that you said. It matches the globe model. Both sidereal and solar day are explained by the globe model. Fortunately, Matthew, your entire intro was simple misunderstandings of things and no evidence against the globe or for the flat Earth. So, as evidence for the globe, all measurements ever show the Earth is a globe. It's as simple as that. And I can present measurement after measurement.
Your audio has cut out.
My audio?
It's back. Continue.
Okay, let me just check that my internet's okay. Because sometimes...
Yeah, you were talking, and then all of a sudden it just rolled.
Yeah,
so.
so I can present measurements. I can present measurements like the transcontinental triangulation of the American arc of the parallel, which was a survey across America, the entire continental America, and showed the curvature of the Earth to match the radius being 3959. There's also surveys done across India, across Great Britain, across Asia, and they all come up with the same thing. No matter who does the surveys, they show that the Earth is curved. And no matter how you try to measure it, you find that the Earth rotates. So that's my intro, is that the evidence is abundant, and I can go through it with you if you like, but your evidence was just misunderstandings of the globe model.
All right, let's let Craig finish his intro there.
No, that's it. That's all really.
All right. Well, then that
Nice.
seemed to roll just naturally. So, yeah, what I'm gonna do, just pull my imaginary broom in here for a second and do my housekeeping. I'm going to remind everybody we are going to do Q&A at the end of our show here. So if you want to ask a question to one of our speakers live, make sure if you're watching on podcast form that you come over and you subscribe to the YouTube live channel so you don't miss out on these live if you're watching post this debate. Because we do take those super chats, and yeah, maybe you got something to ask one of these speakers that they don't think about, and could put us in some new direction. That's always fun. I've had super chats that last for 10 minutes because it just goes down a new rabbit hole. So yeah, if you got questions, get them in. Let's go into open discussion. Go ahead there, Matthew. It seems like you've got some response ready to go there.
Oh yeah. Hey Craig, I like your intro, man. I really appreciated everything you shared in your intro, but you did not address anything that I brought up. You didn't address how it's possible that the stars can rotate faster than the alleged ball Earth. You didn't, okay? And the thing about the prediction, let me make a prediction. I couldn't see the video you shared, but it was probably some type of a cartoon animation, right? You did not address what I shared. You did not address how it's possible that the full moon and the sun
jump in here too.
I just need a little second here.
No worries.
You did not address how it's possible that the full moon, which should be facing the Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's rising 10 minutes before the sun when it should be on the opposite side of the sky according to the heliocentric model. I think the misunderstanding is yours. I give it over to you.
Okay, number one, I showed the prediction. It doesn't match what you're saying. I showed the
Okay.
actual prediction.
Okay.
No, it wasn't a cartoon animation. It was an actual
Okay.
model of the solar system based on astronomical data. And it showed how both the moon and the sun can be in the sky at the same time based on the real-time data of what you would expect.
Of course.
The problem is that you couldn't see it, so that you don't
Yeah.
understand. So before you say that
It's not that I don't understand. You're just not explaining it. If you're so smarter than me, you can explain it to me, because you can't just show a cartoon model. You know, they could show me Pokemon in my front yard. There could be a computer program showing me that there's Pokemon in my front yard. Doesn't mean they're there. Okay, I give it over to you.
Matthew, you noticed that you interrupted me several times now, and I'm doing my best
Sorry,
to not
man. Sorry,
interrupt
man.
you. So please
Sorry,
do
man.
the same thing for me, otherwise you
Yeah,
will
sorry
get
about it.
FTFE instead of Craig.
Yeah, and
You're
also
right.
just
Sorry, man.
just to cut in here as well, just when one of the other speakers talking, I know that you're making acknowledgement statements, but it does, because we're on the internet, it does just cut off the other person's mic. So even though
I'm
I know
sorry.
you're saying like like let's just try to stay quiet while the other person's answering. So yeah, I'll hand you back over to you, FTFE, before we get off track here.
Yeah.
Understood.
So I directly addressed the things that you said. First of all, again, I will talk about the solar day and sidereal day. The stars are not rotating a different speed. They are rotating relative to Earth. The Earth is rotating at 15 degrees per hour. However, as it rotates on its own axis, it also orbits around the sun slightly. As our star, the sun, is closer to us, the solar day, which is 24 hours, is the time it takes for the Earth to rotate relative to the sun. Okay? However, the sidereal day is 23 hours and 56 minutes and 4 seconds, and that's the time it takes to rotate relative to the stars.
Okay.
So they're
Matthew
not
jump in too.
rotating at different speeds. It's just that is them rotating relative to the Earth, and it matches the globe model. You haven't actually come up with an issue. You've just not understood what they are.
Go ahead there, Matthew, if you can still hear us.
All right, Craig, quit playing, man. Quit playing, Craig. 24 hours is not 23 hours. What is it? 56 minutes and 4 seconds. They're different.
Agreed.
And you know how different they are? Okay, I don't mind if you're interrupting me because you're agreeing, but do you know how beautiful that is in the system, that there is a sidereal day and a solar day? The sidereal day being quicker than 24 hours. Let me give you some education now, because you're probably not even understanding what I'm saying. If you look at the sky at, say, midnight, the same spot in the sky, every night at midnight, you will notice that as the stars rotate, they fall back 1 degree every night. So after 1 year, if you're looking up at midnight, that same area, the star will be there that you were looking at. And that is because there is a sidereal day. And I know we're just disagreeing about this. You don't think the stars are moving? I do, right? I'm explaining something that is destroying the globe theory. And you're just saying, I'm confused, I'm confused. I hand it over to you.
Yeah, so you are just not understanding the globe model. That is the problem. Again, the sidereal day is the time it takes for the Earth to rotate relative to the stars. It is slightly shorter than 24 hours because as it rotates, it also orbits around the sun.
Oh my God.
So stars,
Just 1 second.
So the star's position move relative to the Earth slightly, meaning that the day, sidereal day, is less than the 24 hours that it takes the Earth to rotate on its own axis. Okay? That it takes to rotate relative to the sun. The sun is closer to us than the stars, and we are orbiting the sun. So the star's position change relative to us as we also rotate. Okay, here's a fun way to think about it. Imagine you're on a merry-go-round the merry-go-round is Earth, and there are street lamps all around it. Those are the stars. As you spin around, it looks like the street lamps are moving, but they are actually standing still. You're the one moving. Now, because Earth is spinning on its axis, which is tilted, we see the stars appear to move in circular paths around the poles. For observers in the northern hemisphere, it's Polaris, and in the south, it's the crux. The entire sky seems to rotate around them, okay? Because of the Earth's rotation on its own axis. But again, it's orbiting the sun at the same time. So those stars shift position slightly. It matches the globe. There is no problem. It's just your misunderstanding.
Craig, quit playing. Did you just say the Earth
Please
has
tell me-
two separate
tell me to
rotations?
quit.
You think the Earth is spinning for the sun and it's spinning for the stars? I'm sorry.
Okay. That's a
I'm
straw man
sorry,
of what I
Craig.
just said, dude.
No,
Please.
Craig, I'm listening to you.
need to
You
say it
said the
again.
apparent.
We'll let
I
you
have a
clarify.
minute.
Sorry.
We'll let you
Sorry,
clarify
sorry.
FTFE
I'm
after
sorry.
he's done.
I get a chance to explain myself, don't I?
Of course. Yeah. So
I'm not-
if you can
okay,
hold your
let me
thought there,
pull it back.
FTFE, and we'll let
Okay,
him
yeah,
explain.
man. I'll explain to you that I'm not straw manning you. I actually listened to what you said, and I disagree with your explanation.
Sure.
You said the Earth spins, right? 24-hour day, and then the Earth spins relative to the stars. Are you talking about some type of time travel, Craig? Quit playing, Craig.
No.
Quit playing, Craig. I hand it over to you.
Okay, number one, stop saying quit playing, Craig. You're just being obnoxious. Okay, can we agree on that?
I don't know. I'm behaving
No, I'm
myself,
going to ask
Craig.
nicely,
I'm
as a
behaving
request for the
myself.
remainder of this debate, stop telling me to quit playing. It's disrespectful. Can I ask you that, please? Is that okay? I'm asking you nicely. Stop doing that, okay?
If it's offending you, I don't mean to offend you.
No, I'm just
And I
asking
don't want to
you
repeat
stop
myself.
doing
So
it because it's
I agree.
obnoxious, and I am trying to be polite to you.
All right.
You are
Okay,
I think
very hard.
Craig,
I think Matthew's
man,
agreeing with you that it's
Yeah.
fine if there's
Right.
something that you're not okay with,
Yeah,
then we'll
it's
just,
not-
for the sake of politeness, we'll just carry on. And I think we
yeah.
made our
I'm
point.
going to explain it to you once more.
Yeah, I'll
right? And
stop. I
like you
won't
to
say it
listen.
anymore.
Okay.
I would like you
won't
to
say anymore.
listen,
Let's carry
not
on.
strawman me afterwards. I can't believe I
Okay.
have to keep explaining this to you. The Earth rotates on its own axis. Okay? As it rotates on its own axis, it also moves relative to the stars because it's orbiting the sun. That means that as the Earth rotates, the position of the stars will be slightly different each time the Earth rotates because it's also orbited the sun. That means that the time it takes for the stars to appear in the same position is slightly less than the time it takes for the Earth to rotate on its own axis because there is two motions involved. Motion one, Earth's axis rotation, its own 24 hours, 15 degrees per hour rotation. Motion two, its orbit around the sun. Those two combined make the sidereal day shorter than the solar day. All right. There isn't a disagreeing. That is the globe model. And if you disagree, you are strawmanning it. Okay. Over to you.
Did you just say you add time and it somehow becomes less? I hand it over to you.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
you
almost
did.
like you aren't
Play
listening
it
to the
back.
words I'm saying.
Play it back.
And no, I really didn't. And again, that's a straw man. I can't believe I have to keep repeating myself.
Dude, it's your own words,
understand
man.
the words that I'm saying.
I'm working with you, Craig. I'm working with you,
Once
man.
again, as the Earth moves around or rotates around its own axis, 24 hours, 15 degrees per hour, okay, it also orbits the star at the center of our solar system called the sun. Because of that movement around the star, which is about 1 degree per day, it changes the position that the stars are in the sky after one rotation of the Earth around its own axis by a little bit. So the stars will not appear in the same place because the Earth has moved in space relative to them. Do you understand the words that I am saying?
Yes, Craig, I understand the words you're saying, and I disagree with what you're saying. The times are different. The star's speed is different than the sun's speed. I know it destroys your model. I'm not trying to be offensive, but yeah, dude, there's no way you can defend against that information. There is absolutely zero imaginary physics, cartoons you can come up with to defeat that. How
I
is it
just did.
possible that the
Explain
stars
that.
no, because you can't. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you contradicted yourself
I did
earlier,
not
saying there's two
understand it.
different speeds of the Earth.
I
Then
didn't.
you try to say the sidereal day is somehow because the Earth goes around the sun. But I'm sorry,
Yes, that's
Craig,
right.
that does not change the speeds of the observed lights that are in the sky above the
Oh,
Earth
goodness.
rotating.
All right, let's
I'm
let
sorry,
Craig
Craig.
respond
I'm going
to
to
that.
try once more. I'm going to
Sorry,
try
dude.
once more to explain it to you. All right?
Okay.
This is very, very simple.
Okay.
The Earth rotates on its own axis. It takes 24 hours. It's a solar day. So the sun appears at that point every 24 hours, okay? But the Earth is moving around the sun at the same time that it is rotating around its own axis. That means that, right, day one, looking at the stars in the sky, okay? The Earth has to rotate 360 degrees for that star to be in the same place. But during that 360 degrees around its own axis, it is also moved 1 degree around the sun. That has changed the relative position of the stars in the sky to the Earth, meaning that it only takes 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds instead of the 24 hours to rotate relative to the stars, because there is a second motion involved. If you now say I didn't explain it, you are strawmanning me, because that is a perfect explanation. The problem is your understanding. Now, I would like to move on, as I have answered your question. And I also
May I
answered
respond?
your
May I have
other
a chance to
question.
respond?
Yeah,
May I
it
please
would-
have a chance to respond?
Sure.
it's up
So
to Ryan, because at this
we
point I feel like we've done this thing.
I just wanted.
You
I
just one second,
I-
both of you. So, yeah, if you want to respond to the point, I will say that it does seem like we've gotten out and maybe splashed in the mud on this one enough that I think everybody knows where you guys stand.
Yeah.
But if you want to take like 15 seconds, put a bow on your position, and then if FTFE wants to push us into some new territory, if you got some new territory to push us into their FTFE, that would be maybe useful. So, go ahead and put a
so
bow
just
on
15.
your thoughts.
Okay. Just to put a little bow on this, the speed of the stars, they cover more length in the south, so they're actually faster. That's another proof. But yeah, I'm sorry, we just disagree, Craig. It's cosmological difference. I respect you, but I disagree with you, man. Okay, we can move on.
All right, let's move into some new territory,
I agree
everyone.
with you, but we'd both be wrong. The problem is disagreeing doesn't change facts. You just don't understand it. That's the problem. Disagree what you like. It's because
That's an
you don't
accusation.
understand.
All right,
You're accusing that of me.
Let's
No,
push.
It's not an accusation. It is a fact.
I'm
you
saying
do
we
not understand.
disagree.
All right, both
I'm not
of you.
accusing you of
Just-
I
anything.
don't disagree.
I'm
Look,
saying,
here's the thing. It's not a disagreement. You are just wrong.
All right.
That's
No,
not
I don't want to have to put either of
Okay,
you on
well,
mute.
let's
I'm
end it.
gonna end up putting
So-
all you guys on mute. Just
it's
one
over.
second. So, without doing meta-analysis, we can do that all day long in our own space and make content for days if we want to. But let's just get into the next example, if you don't mind, FTFE.
Yeah. Right. So I talked about the fact that the Earth rotates, and it's very, very easy to measure and see. I mean, it's not only globers that do it, but it's flat earthers as well.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift,
How much drift, Bob?
a 15 degree per hour drift.
What the fuck?
What that shows is that it's not just
That's weird.
globers. that can measure the Earth's rotation. It's flat earthers. That was Bob Nadell. Rest in peace, Bob. Sadly, he passed away just over a year ago. However, his contributions to science will always be noted, as he did confirm what we've known for a couple of thousand years, that the Earth in fact rotates. The fantastic thing is what he used, the ring laser gyroscopes, are used millions of times every day. Every modern aircraft has 3 of them to determine your roll, and it works based on Earth due to its rotation. Wolfie 6020 used one on a toy globe on his desk to show that it is actually rotation that it is measuring, which I showed in one of my most popular videos. And one other quick thing, just before you respond, they didn't like this. The Globers, the flat earthers, sorry, they didn't like the fact that Bob went out and measured that. So they said, oh, well, if we get a physical gyroscope, right? If we get a physical gyroscope that's not light-based, then it will show that the Earth's not rotating. So then they did this one, which is from Stephen P., who was a flat earther, which as soon as they turned this on, that he built himself, it also measured the Earth's rotation. So physical gyroscopes and laser gyroscopes both measure the Earth's rotation. It can't be flat and stationary.
May I respond?
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah.
Is this like a second intro? I mean, I was waiting patiently, but I'm like, I'm probably never going to get a turn if I just wait.
Said over
So
to
can I
you.
respond? Okay, for one thing, I studied the.
All right, 1 second.
I studied the Sagnac effect and interferometry, and you know what I found? It's just a little computer box with lasers in it. There's nothing in it that like receives light. And you know what I came up with? I was thinking about it. Like, how is it possible that the designers of that device ever had a perfectly zero setting? Let's say if the Earth were moving, I don't think it does, but if the Earth was moving, that machine would be born more or less feeling that. You know what I mean? So the interferometers can easily be denied any credibility, because if the Earth was moving, it would have been born with that motion in it. So how would they ever be able to measure something different than what was already there? And you know what else is a very interesting thing about interferometry? You're telling me a little box with lasers can feel the Earth moving, but a helicopter can hover in place for like an hour and the Earth doesn't move beneath it? Hey, I'm sorry, man. Craig, I'm just going to have to disagree with you again. I respect you, but Craig, I disagree with you, man. It's not my misunderstanding. It's just I disagree with you.
Totally is your misunderstanding. Sorry. Number one, a gyroscope isn't just a box with lasers in and nothing to measure. It's lasers, mirrors. It might not even be lasers. It might be another form of light. It's a half silver mirror to split the beam. It's a sensor to record when the light comes back. And you don't understand how they work or what the Sagnac effect is. This is quite obvious, right? So the way the Sagnac effect works within a gyroscope like this is very, very simple. Okay. It fires, let's say, a laser, all right, and then that laser hits a half silver coated mirror, which splits that beam into 2 paths. Okay, there's one path, but it splits the beam to go opposite ways around that path. Okay, of course, because the speed of light is constant, that means that the light, once it's split, will take the same amount of time to go around that path, and then it will hit the sensor, and it will record whether or not the lights come back together. Now, if it's completely stationary, then there's no reason for the light to take a different time to travel the path. But because the entire apparatus is rotating with the Earth, it actually moves the thing underneath the light as it's traveling and changes the physical length that one of the bits of light has to travel. And then when the sensor sees the light that has taken a different amount of time to travel the same path, it shows an interference pattern. The way that they test it to see if it's working or not is they can rotate it opposite to the Earth and see if they get a negative result, which they do. And then the helicopter thing, that was a silly thing to say. Helicopters use the atmosphere to hover, which rotates with the Earth. Ooh.
All right.
So did you just
Give me-
contradict yourself, Craig? You just said it moves
No,
with the
not
Earth,
once.
but
All right,
not
let's
the
give
little
Matthew some
box
time to
with
respond there.
lasers. Yeah, please give me a moment here. Thank you, Ryan. So you just contradicted yourself again. You said it goes with the atmosphere. Everything moves with
Helicopters,
the
yes.
atmosphere, right? The
Helicopters.
only thing that doesn't, the only thing that can feel the motion of the Earth is like a $20,000 little box with
No.
pre-programmed stuff in it. I'm sorry, Craig. It's not my misunderstanding. I disagree with you. Okay? I disagree with you. We can move on. We can move on
so
this because I can tell this is going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing.
So helicopters use the atmosphere to rotate, to hover, and the atmosphere rotates with the Earth. Okay?
What does the box do?
So
You
the
just
atmosphere
contradicted.
rotates, so the atmosphere rotates with the Earth, and the helicopter is moving with the Earth. However, the box, yes, it is rotating with the Earth. That is the point. However, the light inside that has been fired
I'll give you 10 seconds,
moves
sir, Craig.
separate to the Earth because the light is traveling a path from the original position that it is fired. So as the box travels with the Earth at 15 degrees per hour, that light has been fired at a previous time, and it changes the amount of time that it has to take to travel the path because the path becomes longer because it is moving.
All right.
That's the point. Because it is moving, the light can tell because it has to travel further. It is your it's not disagreeing.
Right.
It is your misunderstanding.
I think
it's simple.
I think you put a bow on that one. So just as earlier, where I
that's
let
over.
you push the conversation.
One more
It's
thing.
over.
Thing to
No,
add
it's
to
over. That's
sorry.
over. That,
What-
that's
Hold
part
on
of
one
the
second, Matthew.
conversation.
If you've got like a
Because
little,
I get a chance to
yeah,
respond.
just like
I get
one
a
more-
chance to respond, right?
well,
just like one
don't
more
get
thing
to
to
go
add
for 10
before we
minutes.
continue.
hold on there, Matthew.
Just like one more thing.
We wanted to push
I'm
it,
good.
so let's just see what.
One more thing to
if you
add.
make it quick, go
he
ahead.
said he said the only thing that we can use is a 20,000 thing with pre-programmed. No, you can build a gyro compass with a couple of bottles and a bit of metal, stick it in your sink, and it will do the exact same thing. So your premise is wrong.
Hey,
All right,
hey, what
go
if I
ahead,
use a bottle of water? What does the water do in there? It's flat. Hey,
it's
we
not
don't have to keep going on that, Craig. We disagree, okay?
because
And
you're wrong.
you
That's
just,
what
you,
it is.
I feel personally, I think you did contradict yourself on everything we've been talking about so
No,
far.
that's because you didn't understand anything that I
Oh,
said.
I don't understand
anyone
it. I disagree with you. There's no
knows that I didn't
misunderstanding.
contradict myself.
It's a
Anyone that knows what I
cosmological
said
difference.
knows that I didn't.
All right,
Anyone
Yeah,
hold
that
on there,
understands
gents.
words knows that I
Craig,
didn't.
we got
both
two
of you, just
different views
both of
of
you.
reality,
All right,
man.
we
We
know
got
that.
two
All
different
right.
views of reality.
One's
One
wrong,
second.
one's right.
One second.
Mine's right, yours is
All
wrong.
right, wait 1 second. All right, I put you on mute. Sorry, FTFE and Matthew. I don't want to put you on mute because I'm afraid that if you can't get back into the Zoom chat, you won't be able to take yourself off mute.
Hey, I'll be good. I'll be quiet.
Yes, behave, fellas. So we did it earlier. We allowed the conversation to move into some new territory when a speaker wanted to move along. So Matthew said earlier he wants to move into some new territory. So I think you guys, once again, you've been able to air out where you disagree here, where you might not feel that the other person has answered your questions. It's very normal, like I said, that you're not going to agree with each other, whether it's your approach or your ideas. So Matthew, go ahead and let's push into some brand new territory.
Yeah, Matthew,
all right,
can
some
you give
brand new
evidence for
territory.
flares? That'd be great.
All right. We're gonna go where no man has gone before. Just kidding. I do love Star Trek. Okay, but anyways,
Which one? Which is your favorite Star Trek?
Man, I love all of it. Hey, side note, Craig, the further we get from Gene Roddenberry, the worse the Star Trek gets. Could you agree on that?
His original vision contained a lot of problems, but I don't know.
Okay.
New Trek isn't too bad.
Nah, new track is just crap. I mean, that's how I feel. The further you get from Gene Roddenberry, the worse the Trek gets. But anyways, let's go a different area. Let's kind of take it down a notch. Let's slow it down a bit. I was thinking this. Okay, two things. If the Earth was flat, what would it look like if the Earth was flat? And if the Earth wasn't moving, what would that feel like? I hand it over to you, Craig.
If Earth was flat, there wouldn't be horizon. If Earth wasn't rotating, there wouldn't be a difference in weight between the poles and the equator due to centrifugal force cancelling out gravity. Next.
I kind of feel like if the Earth was flat, we wouldn't notice any curvature over, say, like 1 mile, 10 miles, 100 miles. I'm curious,
We could measure it.
how much curvature should exist over 1 mile, 10 miles, 100 miles? What do you think?
Every 6 to 9 miles, there's 1 degree of curvature.
That's not what I said. How much should be there between the points?
I just told you exactly.
Like if I'm looking, Craig, you got to slow it down for
every
me.
69 miles is 1 degree. That's the answer to your question.
Watch, if I'm looking at something like 30 miles away, how much curvature should be there?
About 0.5 of a degree.
But what does that mean?
It means that's half of a degree. 0.5 usually indicates half of something.
How much is the circumference of the Earth?
The circumference of the Earth is about 14,000 miles, I think.
So, did you say 14,000 miles?
Wait,
I thought it's closer to like 24. I mean, under globe theory. You know what I mean? Not under reality, but how much is the
about 25,000 miles? Sorry, not 14. About 25,000 miles. I apologize.
Yeah, dude. See, you tripped up a bit.
I said
my point. My point is how much curvature should. So, can you compute the consequences of how much curvature should be there between 1 mile, 10 miles, and 100 miles?
All right, let's give Craig a chance to respond.
How big should that be? Like a hill?
The answer to your question, again, is 1 degree every 6 to 9 miles. That is the answer to your question. That is how much curvature there is. There's no other way to answer your question.
Feet.
The answer to your question.
I'm an American. Can you put it to feet or kilometers or something?
That wouldn't measure curvature. Those are a linear thing.
But if the Earth is a ball, listen. If the Earth is a ball between 2 points, there should be curvature. That's my point.
Yeah,
how
which you
much
measure
should
degrees,
be there?
Yeah, I just told you there should be 1 degree every 6 to 9 miles. 1 degree of curvature per 6 to 9 miles.
But can you put that? Can you put it to miles? I'm an American.
No, because they're different. Americans use degrees. Don't worry, that's not a confusing thing for Americans. However, degrees and like measures circles, kilometers and miles measures kind of straight line distance. So your question doesn't make any sense. Could you articulate your question in a way that makes sense and I'll be able to answer it?
Yes. Can you use miles, feet, and inches to describe to me how much curvature should be between 2 points, distance 1 mile, distance 10 miles,
because those are not things that donate. No, because
you're saying you cannot.
Those are not units that donate curvature.
Are you saying you cannot, Craig? Is that your final answer? You cannot tell me.
They are not units. They are not units that donate. Are you going to let me answer? Are you going to let me answer? Or are you going to keep talking when I try to answer you?
Dude, I'm on the edge of my seat for your answer.
Okay. The answer, and please listen to this, is the Earth has a curvature rate of 1 degree every 69.1 statute miles. Did you hear me?
I heard you.
There we go. There's the answer to your question.
But no, you didn't. I said between 1 mile, 10 miles, and 100 miles. How much curvature in feet, inches, or miles should be there?
Feet, inches, and miles are not the correct units.
Craig, I don't think there's
I was in the middle
curvature.
I was in the middle of talking.
Sorry, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Respond there. Go ahead, Craig.
So to answer you again, feet, inches, miles are not the correct units to donate curvature. Are you asking me what is the drop from a tangent point?
I don't know. It's confusing me. I'm just asking you simple questions, and if you don't know the answer, just say it.
That don't make sense.
So you're saying my questions don't make sense?
No, it's similar to asking how fast does something spin in miles per hour? That's not a question that makes any sense because you do not measure rotation.
It's relative. It's relative. You could use relative speed to describe things.
I was still talking.
Okay.
Okay. Again, It's not relative. You cannot measure rotation in miles per hour. That is a linear thing. The same way you cannot measure curvature in miles, feet, or inches. You would measure curvature using degrees. The question you are trying to ask me is, what is the drop from a tangent point over a certain amount of distance? That is what you would use something like 8 inches per mile squared for. That is not curvature. That is drop from a tangent. The problem is you don't know the questions that you're trying to ask.
Okay, then answer it then. Now that you know my correct question I was trying to ask, now that you know what I'm asking.
Answer is a drop from a tangent point at sea level will be about 8 inches per mile squared.
Oh my God, there we go. Slam dunk, Craig. Love you, Craig.
All right.
Slam dunk for Flat Earth.
If you want to
Because can I give listen, let me give my moment. Hey,
go ahead there, Matthew.
There is zero curvature over it. When I go in the hills and I take my P1000 up there, my Nikon P1000, I could zoom in on cities that are like 30, 40 miles away. And there is zero curvature. And the ocean, and that's another problem. When you look not just to boats on the horizon, when you look as far as you can to the left and as far as you can to the right, you also notice there is zero drop tangent 8 inches per mile squared. So Craig, you just slam dunked it for Flat Earth. You just put the nail in the coffin of globe theory.
All right, before the
go for it. Hand it over to you. Hand it over to you.
So number one, you can't use 8 inches per mile squared unless you're at sea level. So I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't match anything that you've just said, because you said you were up a hill. Therefore, 8 inches per mile squared doesn't apply. Number two, show me these pictures and point out how they don't match the globe predictions. Number three, how come the bottom of stuff disappears the further you go away from it? Because
that's easy, because a little wave in the
foreground. Number four,
we'll let you respond. Let me respond.
Let me respond.
After number,
I am still talking.
We'll let you do number four, and then let's respond.
Okay.
Number four, the horizon only happens on a globe. There's no reason for the horizon on a flat Earth.
Oh
Everything you said matches.
What was the first thing you said?
Saying things.
Let's destroy this one thing at a time. You got to understand, first of all, number four, you got to look up what visibility is. Visibility is a thing, okay?
I'm aware of that.
Number four. You're asking, why is there a horizon? That's such a low-level question, because the sky is not perfectly clear, okay? When the sun is far away, the sky becomes opaque, and we can't see forever, Craig. And what were the other ones? What was number three? Why do boats disappear bottom first? Let me tell you this other very simple thing. Hey, hold up, brother. Hold up. Number three. Why do the boats
I think he's trying to hold on a second there, Matthew. I think he's just trying to clarify his question. So go ahead and clarify it, and then go ahead and ask.
I'm going to cook you every single one.
Number three, the question was, why when you move further away from things, like buildings and stuff, when you're on the sea, does the bottom of them disappear?
Okay, number three, to cook you on number three. Did you know that a small wave in the foreground can block something huge in the background?
No, it can't. That's not how that works.
No, it can't. Craig, did you just say it cannot happen? That a small wave in the foreground.
I was in the middle of responding. I was in the middle of responding.
No, I'm in the middle of responding.
In the middle of responding to you.
I'm in the middle of responding right now.
You said something and I was responding.
All right.
You need to calm down, Craig.
All right. Everybody. Honestly, let's just take a deep breath and just, like I say, let's just try to reset the tone for a second.
Taking it easy. Taking it easy.
Every time I try to respond,
if there's a clarification that can be made just as a natural part of discussion, I think that's okay. You are talking about the position that he's putting forward. So, like I said, unless you're talking specifically about your own view versus like saying like this is what your view entails, it is fair to let somebody clarify. Just as part of discussion, we can go through two and one.
So he said the thing about the way.
I understand, and we're going to let you respond for sure. It's just a matter of, like I say, we want to get clarification so that you're not responding to the wrong thing, because I think that's what FTFE is trying to cut in
Yeah,
here for
and
you.
I was in the middle of responding to the thing he said about waves, and then he interrupted me whilst I was responding to that. He needs to practice some self-control.
All right,
It's
no
incredible.
meta, no meta. Just carry on, FTFE.
A wave, if you are taller than a wave cannot block anything. So if you are 6 foot and there's a 3 foot wave, there will never be anything that will be blocked by that wave that is further away from you because you're taller than the wave. That's not how that works. Only if you were below the wave could that happen. But if you are above the wave and you're above most waves, that's not going to happen. Plus,
May I
it
respond?
happens on C
May
state
I
0.
respond?
All right,
Hey, may I respond?
go ahead.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
literally about to
you
finish.
when things get far away, they get smaller, Craig.
No, they don't.
You know, I'm
They
6'3".
appear to get
I'm
smaller.
6'3", okay? If I was like 100 feet away from you, I would be like smaller than a grain of sand, or if I was 100 feet away from you, I would be like nothing.
No,
So
you
we're
wouldn't
talking
be.
about
You
trying to
would
record
appear to
things
be
over great distance. Yeah, I'm sorry, but your example failed.
All right, let's hand the
Your
ball.
example failed. So what
Okay,
were the
to-
other
to re-
two? What was number one and two?
To respond to
I
that,
want to cook you on all these points.
to
All right,
I
respond,
wanna
we'll get
cook
through.
you on
We're gonna
all
get
these
through all of
points.
them, but there is
If
going
I
to
can-
be some back and forth,
What was
obviously.
number two?
So let's
What
let
was number
FT.
two?
Hold on,
to
Matthew.
respond to what you
Go
just
ahead.
said, to
Aye.
respond to what you just said,
Aye.
no, don't get smaller. You appear to be smaller. So
Yes,
still,
that's what I said.
it doesn't matter how far away you are. That 3 foot wave will never go above you, no matter how far away you are, because you don't actually become smaller than the wave. So no, a 3 foot
No,
wave ever be able to
One second,
a
Matthew.
10-foot thing, no matter how far away you are from it.
All right, go ahead and
That's
respond.
Okay, Craig, I'm sorry to tell you, but not only do I disagree, man, I'm just going to tell you you're absolutely wrong. You are absolutely wrong about your theories about why a little wave could not
it doesn't work.
block something huge in the background.
Let's let him
And
explain.
when I told you the example of me being 6'3", right? But if I was 100 feet away from you, I would not look big at all. You said, no, that wouldn't happen. You've just contradicted yourself and like
No, I
you
didn't.
failed
Oh my God,
every-
you have an
you
English
failed.
comprehension of so little. Right, can I
Okay.
get Mod? Can I get 1 minute,
Hey, please don't
to
insult
respond
me.
to that?
Hey, Craig, please don't
No, I
insult
wasn't
me.
listening.
All
That
right,
was a
without-
fact.
Hey,
Your comprehension
yeah, no
is-
insults.
All right,
No
without,
insults,
without getting
please.
into meta and not
Right.
without getting
Can
into
I please-
insults,
minute
let's
to
stick
respond.
to the point. And as per usual, if somebody asks me for a minute, you can ask me for a minute, Matthew. I'll give you a minute. So FTFE, if you want to respond, and maybe, like I say, we can try to push this and maybe not stagnate a little bit, because it seems like we're just going in circles on this one. But a full
I
minute,
love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
All right, if you're having
I
fun,
just
it's
want to
great. But
point
yeah, a
out-
full minute if you'd like it,
So
then that's
1
great.
minute without him interrupting, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, a
Right.
minute.
And then you'll get the
quiet.
same.
So you've
Nice.
I got into 2 seconds and you interrupted. Amazing. So you are 6'3". Okay, well let's place a 3 foot person 100 meters in front of you. All right, and then another 100 meters away, you're going to place me. All right. So you've got me 100 meters in front of that is a 3 foot person. Then another 300 meters away is you, a 6'3" person. There is no time ever where I will not be able to see you at 6'3" because there is a 3 foot person in front of you. It doesn't matter how far away I go, that 3 foot person will never cover you unless I go below that 3 foot person. Me at 6 foot, no matter how far away I go, that 3 foot person will never cover you if you are 6'3", because they've still got a line of sight. You don't physically become smaller than the thing in front of you. That thing is still smaller. Light will still travel
5
over
seconds.
it. I'm done.
All right, 1 minute on the floor, Matt.
Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Craig. I think the 3 foot person, if they were closer to you than I was, they might block you if I was far away. You got to remember how perspective works, you know? So I'm thinking it could be possible. Like if we were all standing in a line and I was way far away and you guys were like, he was in between us, I think it's possible. I mean, I'm open to it. I mean, maybe people could do some type of experiment. That'd be a cool video. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I know for sure why the bottom of the things disappear. It's because there's waves in the foreground. Like if someone's on the shore recording, yeah, there's waves. There's tall waves. So yeah, something like a small wave could block a boat in the background. That could easily explain why the bottom of something would disappear when it's like far away. Like a boat on the water, right? Didn't you say that's how the flatness should be measured? You know, but
No.
unfortunately on land also there's no curvature. On the water, there's no curvature. So I'm sorry, Craig, that the globe theory's dead, man.
All right, so
Dead.
Craig is drawing a diagram here, and he's probably going to describe to you, Matthew, what he is putting on screen. I'm going to remind our audience that I did put a poll in the chat, and right now, as it stands, we have on our poll, the Earth is flat. 31% of you voted flat. 57
Nice.
voted a globe,
Nice.
and 11% voted it's a donut. Halo World. All right. Maybe it's tasty. Maybe it's a Boston cream. I don't know. All right. So yeah, if you want to participate in the poll,
Pizza Planet.
Yeah,
Pizza Planet.
it's a Pizza Planet. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to participate in the poll, that's in our Modern Day Debate live chat right now. And go ahead there, Craig, and describe to Matthew what you have on screen, because I don't think you can see it.
Yeah, I can't see anything you guys show.
Okay, this is for the audience, obviously, because you can't work your phone. So on the left, I would have you here as a 6'3" person, and then on the right here we've got me at 6'1". In the middle, we've got Flatsoid, who's about 3 foot tall, right?
What?
And I've drawn a line from
No
me.
hate, please. No hate.
Why?
No, the Flatsoid knows that I'm joking with him. We've got that's a funny thing between us, right? So I've drawn a line from me at 6'1" to you at 6'3". And I'm just wondering at what point I would move to the right more on this image that I'm showing that would then make this 3 foot thing in the middle block the red line of sight between us. There's no amount of perspective.
Can I respond?
There's no amount of perspective that would ever physically make this thing here get taller. It just would not happen. You would always be able to see the thing that is taller than the thing that is smaller than it, no matter how far away you moved, as long as you are also taller than that thing. Simple.
I could imagine what you're drawing, but reality is not like that. That's not how we perceive reality. And you know what? How far away were the people? How far away did you have them?
I didn't. It doesn't matter how far away that line.
It actually does. It does, Craig. I'm working with you, man. I'm
never go below it.
How far away are the people?
You're still tiny on my screen there, Craig.
They were 12 miles away from it, and then I moved it. And it was now 100 miles away. And
okay, Craig, how much curvature should be there over 100 miles?
1 mile.
Over 1 mile.
So
if I'm 6'3" and we're separated by, say, 10 miles, would I disappear because of curvature or because of perspective, you think?
Perspective wouldn't make you disappear.
You don't think perspective would make me disappear if I was really far away?
No, perspective doesn't make.
That's incredible, Craig. You are saying such incredible things today. You have been so entertaining.
Why perspective would make you disappear?
You have been so entertaining this whole day. I love you, Craig. I hope we could be friends.
Hold on,
man.
I'm asking a question.
Oh my God, I love this.
Dude,
I love it.
I'm asking you a question. Can you explain how perspective on a flat plane would make something disappear? Bearing in mind that train tracks never actually converge.
Can I respond now? Okay.
Well, yeah, that's why
things get far away. When things get far away, they look really small. That's why it looks like. That's why it looks like train tracks converge, because it gets so small. You can't even see it. If I bust out my Nikon P1000, I could see it.
That's called angular resolution, not perspective. You're confusing two things. You're confusing angular resolution.
No, it's not. It's how we perceive reality, how we're perceiving light at a distance.
Give me 2 secs. Matthew.
Yeah, sure. Got it.
You are confusing two things. You are mixing up angular resolution and perspective. When you zoom in with something, it changes the angular resolution, not the perspective.
I think it increases perspective, honestly, because if I couldn't notice it earlier.
Nothing about zooming in changes perspective. It just increases.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The
Did you not know
perspective doesn't change. I can, when
No,
you got to look at my moon
resolution
video,
changes
Craig. Check out my
perspective.
YouTube. Look at my moon video. I use my Nikon P1000. I made the best moon video. Okay,
Yeah,
I have
angular
not seen
resolution
I
changes,
haven't
not
seen one
perspective.
better.
I don't think you
But
know the difference between angular resolution and perspective, and that is the problem here.
no, it's not. If you know, if you can
No, it
correctly
doesn't
say
work.
my
That's the
question,
problem.
right? If you know what I'm talking about, why aren't you telling me what I'm talking about then? Why are you? Oh, you're confused. Why don't you just explain it then, right?
I literally just explained it to you. You are talking about angular resolution, not perspective.
Yeah, exactly. It's to me, they work hand in hand. They work hand in hand.
No,
It's
they
not
don't.
as if they're alien to each other. Like, oh, we cannot add ones with twos. Twos are an even number. We must be odd numbers. It's like, give me a break. Perspective, angular resolution. Yeah, there are. Yes.
Matthew, have you got any evidence that shows that the Earth is flat and non-rotating? Because I've shown
yes. Check out my
globally.
YouTube video. I'm up in the hills, and I'm not just recording one location. Listen, let me explain. I recorded multiple cities over multiple counties. Okay, I encourage you, check out my video called "View from the Giant Tree Stump in Fullerton."
Yeah,
I zoom in on these cities, okay, and it's flat. I'm sorry to tell you, it's gonna burst your bubble looking at my videos. You check out my videos, that'll end your globe theory. You look at my videos.
You're not hearing the words I'm saying. I've looked at your videos. I've looked at your videos. They match the globe.
That's because you're thinking of the Earth as a globe.
But it is, and they match the predictions of the globe.
Craig, okay, predict this. How much curvature should be there over 1 mile, 10 miles, and 100 miles? Even if it was over the water, right? Over the water. You said it earlier. How much curvature should be there?
Over 1 mile will be 1/69th of a degree.
Which translate to my American brain as?
Degrees is American, don't worry.
No, I'll use miles and feet and inches in my American brain.
Discuss this.
I said it was
you have a problem
inches, right?
I see a problem that makes you not be able to convert short-term to long-term memory. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you.
Yeah, earlier you said there should be 8 inches, but when I observe the water, right, there is none. Okay?
And how did you measure that?
Okay, you know how you measure flatness, Craig?
How?
Can I tell you? You use water to measure flatness, Craig.
But water's not flat, water's level, which is curved.
Did you just say level is curved?
Yes, level.
You're messing with me. You're trolling me now. Are you trolling me? Level means curved. Are you trolling me?
Would you like to speak to surveyors that agree that level means curved? According to surveyors, true level is the curve of the Earth.
Oh, that's very funny that you say that.
According to the
level means curve.
Dictionary.
Okay, so this imaginary curvature, when we observe the water, Craig,
I'm in the middle of saying.
When we observe the water,
I am in the middle of saying words.
Let's let Matt finish this.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ryan. That's it.
But I was saying something.
Hey, Craig, you said there should be 8 inches, right, for the first mile, right?
8 inches.
We use water to measure flatness. When I look at the ocean, there is no curvature on the ocean.
And how did you measure that?
You look not just at an object in the distance, you look at your whole panorama. You look at
how did you measure it?
Surrounding.
You don't measure
by looking at the water, by looking at the water and observing that there is no curvature to it.
Once again, sorry.
That's easy.
Matthew,
that's easy.
No. Okay, can I talk now? Is that all right?
Go for it.
You can, say, if you want another minute on the floor.
But once again, Matthew, you do not measure by looking at something. That's not how measurement works. So I'm going to ask you once again, how did you measure it? Again, and understand that looking at something isn't measuring it. So how did you physically
observations? Yeah, I can observe something. I can see if the water's bending. I could see if the Earth was a ball, Craig. I could see it over 1 mile. I think 8 inches of curvature would be noticeable over a mile of water. And it's not there. It's not there.
It's 1/69th of a degree. You're not capable of seeing 1/69th of a degree. You're just saying it, but again, you haven't answered my question, which is,
Dude, I asked you. It came out of your mouth. I'm not straw manning you. It came out of your mouth, Craig.
Okay, no, I nearly got a sentence out. Okay, I'll try again. I'm going to ask you once more. How did you physically measure it? And understand that looking and making observations is not a measurement. How did you measure?
You mean like if I go have a huge tape measure and I put one end 100 miles away and I go drag the other end of the tape measure the other 100 miles away? Are you asking me if I did that?
That's one method that you could use, but did you use anything
if
like
you look at something, you could, like, if I look at a plate, I could tell you if a plate is flat or a ball. I could tell you if a tennis ball is flat or a ball. I could tell you if a bowling ball is a ball or flat. I could tell you if a coin. Hey, don't interrupt me. I could tell you if a coin was flat or a ball. And you know what, Craig? I can tell you that the Earth ain't no ball. Okay.
Okay.
The numbers.
Okay, so if you were, no, you're still talking.
There.
You're still talking.
The numbers that you gave, they're not there.
Still talking.
All right, let's give Craig a chance to respond.
Go for it.
If you were a microbe, no, you wouldn't be able to tell those things at all. You just saying it's flat because it looks flat is dumb. All right. No, it doesn't look flat. It looks curved. The effects of curvature are there all of the time. The measurements, the actual measurements that are done with the actual measuring devices show that it is curved, right? The actual measurements show that it's curved. So let's look at this. It's measurements versus
measurements?
Going.
What measurements do you mean?
Transcontinental triangulation of the American arc of the parallel, the transcontinental triangulation of the meridian arc of India. These measurements carried out by professional surveyors show that the Earth is curved when they use the tools that are able to detect if there is curvature.
Like what?
But just looking at something.
Like what? Like what?
Like theodolites.
So you're telling me cowboys in the 1800s, they were able to record curvature with their primitive devices, and then us modern men with modern technology, we're seeing that there is no curvature? You got
we see that there is curvature.
Craig, the people were lying a long time, okay?
So right now you're just going to they are lying. Right, now here's the thing.
Of course. Are you kidding me? Hey, are you kidding me? Do you think I trust the government? Fuck no.
This wasn't the government. It's the thing. It's nothing to do with trusting anyone. This can be checked, and modern surveyors also measure that the Earth is curved. It wasn't just
modern surveyors, how much curvature is there?
I'm still talking.
Right, just one second.
You're throwing a lot at me. You're throwing a lot at me.
Still talking. Wrap up his thought.
Yeah. So it's not just surveyors in the 1800s, it's modern surveyors. And if you go to mctoon.net, he's got a whole bunch of stuff from modern surveyors literally measuring the curve of the Earth over a couple of miles of lake. So if you use the equipment, you can measure it. You've just looked and gone, oh, it's flat.
Hey, I saw that clip. It was a cowboy dude. He had a little metal tube on top of some unbalanced rocks with a little rope to stabilize it. I'm sorry, that does not qualify as adequate.
That's not what I'm talking about.
And you know how you had to go so far back in time.
That's not what I'm talking about. You're just making something.
You had to go back to the cowboy days to find an example.
Up.
Stop interrupting me, Craig. You had to go back to the cowboy days to find an example. And I know what you're talking about. I saw the pictures. It looks like a cowboy guy using a metal
that's
tube
not what I'm talking about.
Rock, right?
Moderator,
and to put a bow on this, to end it up.
Let's wrap up.
What they thought in the 1800s about the Earth was wrong. They got it wrong. With modern technology, we are seeing that the Earth is flat and stationary. The people, I'm sorry to tell you, the government lied.
Can you shut up now and let me finish? Let me respond, please.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry to tell you, man. The government lied, dude.
Can you stop talking now, please?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Mod, can he be muted for a bit so I can actually talk without being interrupted? Is that all right?
Well, let's give you a minute on the floor there to get out your
Yeah.
thoughts. I think we can do that.
Number one, you just kept lying about me whilst I was telling you that you were lying about me. No, I was not talking about that. I'm talking about things like the main surveyor, who is actually a surveyor and used theodolites to measure the curvature across lakes. I'm not talking about the thing where he laid something on top of something. That's a completely different thing. So don't just assume something and then talk a bunch of nonsense. Modern technology allows you to measure the curvature of the Earth much more accurately than we could back in the 1800s, in fact. Much more accurately. We can now do it with lasers from space and radar from space. The curvature of the Earth is measured all the way from the 1800s up to now, and it's always measured as the same. To say that you looked and you saw it flat, and that means that you know more than all of the professional surveyors in the world, is basically the height of narcissism. And that's all you have is narcissism and being wrong. End of story.
All right.
Okay, may I respond? Okay, Craig, you know
Prepare
that.
for something stupid, guys. Here it comes.
Craig's, hey, Craig. Do you know that when the debate is lost, insults become the loser's tool? Did you know
it's
that?
not an insult.
When the
Calling you
debate
stupid
is lost, the insults become the loser's
I
tool.
insulted you.
So please
haven't insulted
stop
you.
insulting me.
All right.
Yeah,
I haven't
you've been insulting me
insulted
the
you.
whole time.
All right. Let's
But
just
that
try
means
to.
you lost
You're
the debate.
a narcissist.
Just to end my thought, yeah, they lied in the 1800s. You went from the cowboy days, then you had to go to outer space, that's another hoax to
Main surveyor didn't go to outer space. You're lying
unravel.
about me again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's take a look at any of those fake outer space
All you can do is lie.
bloopers, people on Harnett. Craig, everything you said is just like debunked,
Say
and it's like
incorrectly.
you're saying stuff people used to believe. Everything
they
you
still-
said is like
they still know it's a fact.
rescuing device. Everything you said has been some sort of rescuing device to protect the globe theory.
Where's
And
the
I'm
evidence?
sorry.
All right.
In
Doing
my
too much.
intro,
We're doing too much
yeah,
meta
in my
discussion.
intro,
So let's
all
get
right,
back
I
to
shared the factual evidence that you had
Which-
nothing to
both
come
of
back
them.
with, right?
No, I
you had
physically debunked both
nothing.
of them.
And then when I told you the prediction about
Mod, can you stop him? He's
moon,
just waffling, please.
you showed a cartoon, Craig.
Mod,
Come on.
All right, we are just doing meta discussion. So if we don't have any other new avenues that we want to go down into, anything that we haven't.
Yeah, just can I just need to respond to a couple of things he said, please.
Right.
No, I didn't show a cartoon. I showed an actual model based on real data, not a cartoon. Two, everything else that you said about me is a complete lie. I didn't just say it was done from space. I said modern surveyors, like the main surveyor, use modern technology, and they also have done it from space. All right. So the fact that you have to strawman me and lie just shows that you have nothing. And I wasn't insulting you when I called you narcissistic.
All right, we'll give him a chance to respond. And I think what we'll do soon, if you haven't already, hit the like button. We're soon going to go into Q&A. We have quite a few questions. So if you have a question for either of our speakers, you can put it into a super chat, and they'll be read with priority. I'll just let you guys know that right now as it stands, we have a flat at 30%, we have a globe at 59%, and we have 11% for the donut world. So the donut Halo world, everybody knows I'm a big Halo fan. So I found out earlier that FTFE also likes Halo, so yeah, we don't like what they did to the show.
There's no show. That never happened.
It didn't.
Was a fever dream.
It didn't. The flood kind of looked kind of interesting at one point, but that was about it. All right.
Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks. All right. So yeah, if you guys wanted to, like I said, push into some new territory, I just wanted to let our audience know, hit the like button, share this out in those contentious spaces you like having these discussions. But yeah, if you wanted to put a bow on some stuff there, FTFE, it could be a launch pad into new territory.
I mean, it's very hard because he doesn't understand how to use technology, so I can't show him all the evidence that I have. I mean, I've got a bunch of visual stuff to show how there is definitely, curvature to the Earth, but he can't look at it, and he's just going to say I'm showing cartoons. I've already explained to him how we've measured the Earth's rotation, then he misunderstood Sagnac effect and stuff. I've explained to him the difference between sidereal and solar day, and he's just gone nuh-uh because he doesn't understand it. I'm the only one that's given evidence for my claim. I debunked everything that he said with visual evidence to debunk it. And he's just gone nuh-uh. So I really don't know what else to say. I've shown that the Earth curves. I've shown that the Earth rotates. I've given evidence for both. I've debunked everything that he said when he didn't even bring evidence for flat Earth. He just tried to debunk the globe and completely failed. And then when, well, I took a picture and I saw really far. I mean, again, just like when I debate moon landing deniers, there was no evidence brought for me to debate against.
All right, if you want to respond there, Matthew.
That's funny as hell. Of course you would have to say that, Craig. Of course you would have to say that. You cannot process anything that I've been saying to you. You cannot. It's too
specifically.
Your globe theory. It's like you cannot process what I'm saying to you. I understand. That's why I say we could disagree.
I debunked
and I want you to know that every day there's more people that disagree with you. We're not misunderstood. We're not confused. We just don't believe the bullshit anymore. Everything you said is just what we were all told as little kids. We don't believe it anymore.
Never understood it. That's the thing.
Like just like if people still believed in damn Santa Claus or Easter Bunny, it's like, come on.
You're the one that believes. That's not us. We've got evidence.
Right.
All right.
No, you guys.
I think we're hitting the
imaginary.
Here is the factual. Here is the factual thing about flat Earth.
All right, I'm gonna give you each 15 seconds, and we're gonna go into Q&A, guys. All right, so you can have last word there, Matthew.
Oh, if it's the last word, I just want to say this has been an excellent debate.
Good for you.
Excellent debate, guys. This is badass. I'm glad my technology got through a little bit. I can't see anything. I'm looking at my email screen, but I think this has been an excellent debate. Thank you both.
That's been fun, and we can do that for 15. So go ahead, you can have 15, then we'll go into the Q&A there, FTFE.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Matthew, and it's something you really need to understand. You're not stupid because you're a flat earther, right? You're a flat earther because you're stupid.
Oh, you coming in with the high road there,
that's a yellow card there, Craig. And like I told you,
it's a factual thing. I'm sorry, I'm not being mean. I'm stating facts.
Listen. I think
are stupid. It's not me.
Socrates.
I think it was
I think it was Socrates who said, "When the debate is lost, insults become the loser's tool."
Yeah, but what you don't understand is I didn't insult you. I stated the fact.
Craig. Thank you. Rest in peace.
Not that I don't like what you guys are doing here, and showing everybody, all your fire and stuff. But we don't want to lose the plot, and we do have a theme here tonight. We're doing a flat versus globe. Hopefully, the people hanging out have enjoyed. Hit the like button. Let's boost it up in the algorithm, and make sure lots of people can see Craig and Matthew's discussion here tonight. So. Let's see. Screwy Louie. Oh my goodness. That reminds me of a cat I had growing up. That thing he created a neighborhood. All right. Question for the flat earther. The cat's name was Louie. What do you think is the reason for the globe deception? And when did it begin?
Oh, that's a good question. The reason for, and when did it begin? I think a lot of history was fabricated around the time of the American Civil War and a few decades before that. That's my personal view. So I think everything about what's going on now, like all the world wars, it all came from the time around the Civil War when all the history was rewritten. And one of the main things was this globe deception, which I think it was written about in the papers of the Illuminati, like the plot Washington was talking about when they were asking him if he knew about the Illuminati. And it's like a famous letter he wrote where he knows about their plot, but he's not a part of any lodge at the moment. So I think the globe deception came around the time of what we call the American Civil War. But the reason for it, I think it's totally because Satan is a liar. Satan has been lying to humanity from the beginning, and one of the things that Satan's lying about is the earth, because it's to try to hide God or make it seem like we're not special or there is no God, and like it's really screwed up. They want people to believe that there's no heaven and there's no hell.
Right.
But there is a hell and there is a heaven. And I think that's why they do the deception.
All right.
Because it's not just a false pagan religion. It's like mass witchcraft and hypnosis and propaganda.
All right.
You remember when he said that
Go
that I've got the beliefs like Santa Claus and stuff, yet he has these childish beliefs of a magic daddy in the sky and a big bad red guy
Oh, are you
underground.
kidding me? Hey,
It's
Craig,
fucking
Craig,
hilarious.
listen. Craig, any possible world that could exist would require a god to create it, okay?
No, it wouldn't. Physics did it. It's
Even
fine.
even the stupid globe Earth, which I don't believe, even stupid globe Earth, if that was real, it would require a god to create it, okay? So
No,
let's
it
not
wouldn't.
get on this atheism debate. I'll smoke you
wouldn't.
on an atheism versus
Well,
creation
you're as
debate.
much of an atheist.
I'll
Hey, you're as
smoke
much
you.
atheist as I am, pretty much. So it doesn't
I'll
matter.
smoke you, Craig.
Like,
If
dude,
you
you
want to say
pretty
there
much the
is no
same as an
God,
atheist as I am.
did you know in the Bible it said the fool has said in his heart there is no God?
Well, that's because the Bible is written by sheep herders who didn't know anything.
Okay, I'm not. We could debate this another day. I'll smoke you
Yeah,
that
sure.
day.
Ryan,
I think
let's
we're getting a
organize a
little
God
off.
debate against this
I
guy,
mean,
please.
yeah, I think we could stay on topic or get a little off topic, whatever you prefer. But Craig, if you're
well,
saying there is no
Satan,
God,
what a joke.
I'm sorry, dude, if that's what you believe. You an atheist?
Satan wasn't even part of your religion until like the 1600s. It's brilliant.
What are you talking about? God, the creator of heaven and earth?
all right.
Oh, the God creator, he's so weak that he let a big red guy do bad ththings.
All
Well,
right.
you got to read the Bible to understand. You can't just
I've read the
trash
Bible
talk
and I
without
guarantee I've read
knowing
it more
it.
than you do.
I'll tell you what, we could have a meeting and read the Bible together if you want. But
I don't,
if you're trying to say there is no
the reason
God,
I'm
you're wrong
Christian is
again.
because I've read the
You're wrong
Bible.
again. You're wrong again,
The
Craig.
reason I'm not a Christian is because I've read the Bible.
And what, you got confused about some big words?
No, I just
You
laughed at how
you
stupid
didn't
it
like
was.
that God didn't
You
give
know
you
how many
everything
times
you
they
ever
were
wanted when you
fucking
were a boy,
boys.
right?
All
You're
right.
upset with God because he didn't give you everything you
All
wanted.
right, as
Or
fun
maybe gave you a bad
as
hand, right?
fun as
So now God can't
hold
exist
on,
because
Matthew.
your life isn't perfect.
Matthew, just 1 second. I don't want to put you on mute, like I said, because I really do fear,
We
based
could
on your
change the topic.
situation,
We could change the topic.
that you might not be able to take yourself off mute and you'd have to rejoin. So,
Ryan, actually,
right.
100%, please arrange a debate with me and him about is God good or evil?
oh, well, that'd be interesting because I don't think I've hosted you for any theological debates.
So I'll
So,
smoke you on that too. Bible passages just came to my
never
mind,
this
Craig.
one,
Oh my
so-
God, that's perfect. The Bible passage just came to my mind about that. Is God good? Now,
all
the
right.
people that have sinned against you, was that God doing it,
Yeah,
or
this
was
is-
Hold
this
on,
is for-
save it for the debate now,
That's
Matthew.
an
This is
easy
for another
question.
debate. This is for
That's,
another
that's
shall
an easy
save
way
it.
to smoke you on that, Craig.
Debate.
That's an easy
This
way
is
to
for
smoke you.
another debate.
Let's
Any evil that
Another
was done.
debate.
hold
Matthew, come.
on.
Deep
Like I
breath.
said,
Yeah,
Matthew.
you lost that one.
Matthew, I'm
breath,
hovering
Matthew,
over that
deep
mute, buddy.
breath.
I'm so sorry.
All right,
We gotta move
I'm sorry.
on.
We could change it. We could change
I was
it.
gonna
Let's
say,
change it.
Gonna make me bring up my radio
just-
voice.
Oh my
Tonight
God, I'm
on
sorry.
Modern Day Debate, we are debating flat versus globe. All right,
Oh,
moving into the
yeah.
next. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Macho Man is in the house, the cream of the crop. All right, LJ says, what's the proof of Jupiter's mass, size, and gravity? Over to you, FTFE.
Oh,
You can see it. You can calculate its gravitational potential and acceleration based on the things around it. You can use Kepler's laws of motion based on its position in the sky and the way that it moves to see its mass. Jupiter is a really important part of our solar system. It's kind of referred to as the vacuum of the solar system. If we didn't have Jupiter, we'd be hit by a lot more asteroids and stuff because it's big enough that it basically, stops all that from hitting us. But the evidence of it is abundant. We've sent stuff there. We know the size of it. We know the gravitational potential of it from the moons that go around it. We can calculate the gravitational acceleration based on that and the mass of the moons. There's a lot of ways to determine these things.
All right.
my turn?
Yeah, if you want to respond, and then he'll get the last word. on the
Okay,
question.
yeah. Okay, that's another thing. If Jupiter was the size it is, and if gravity existed, more things would be going to it. But you mentioned that
Oh man!
because you can calculate gravity, that means you can know the weight. That's a
Yes.
fallacy right there. You cannot
That's
guess
not-
the weight of something by looking at it. Didn't you just tell me that, Craig? If I can't see that the water's
just
flat,
looking at it.
I can't see the Earth is flat. but somehow you can look at Jupiter and tell me exactly how heavy it is. And yeah, there is no gravity. Gravity is not
Gravity's definitely real.
actual concept. That's an imaginary concept to
No, it's
help
real. It's measured.
support the globe lie. Because
No, I've
look at
measured gravity.
how is the sun still trapped in
measured
Jupiter?
gravity.
Think of it. If the sun's gravity can trap Jupiter and it's so far away, and somehow Earth is not attracted to the sun, that's
No, it is.
reminiscent to me of the
Orbiting.
three-body problem.
You're attracted to the sun. That's
Craig,
All
look
right,
up the
let's-
three-body problem.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
why
has been
gravity doesn't
decades.
work.
No
All right,
problem.
Gravity
we're gonna let
does not
Yeah,
work.
we're gonna let
gravity
Craig
works.
close the question.
Right?
Fine.
Let me just finish
Gravity.
this.
No, it's
You
mine.
mentioned-
Hold on. If you can, all right. If
I
we
just
really want to
wanna
bounce
end
it, if you really want to
Mute
bounce
him.
it, we're going to
Just-
let you
we
respond.
can-
Okay, so hold
all
your
right,
thought.
all right.
Let's let Craig respond to
All right.
some of what you said.
This is the final word. Then we're going to move to the next super chat. Everything that he just said is wrong. The Earth is attracted to the sun. That's why we are orbiting it. His misunderstandings of gravity are irrelevant. What's the next question?
So everything that I said is just missed.
No, I get the final word.
Rescuing
I
device. That's
final
your
word.
rescuing.
All right.
I get the
Hold-
final word here. This
hold
was
on.
to me.
Just
I get the final word. This was to me.
all right. I mean, that is fair. I mean, yeah. If he doesn't want to carry on, that we'll carry
It's
it.
okay. We can move on.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
got-
I already said what I got to say
Okay,
about
I'm gonna
that.
say about gravity. We
Hold
can
on,
arrange a
hold
debate
on.
about gravity.
We
That's fine.
just got out of it. Let's carry on, guys. All right, all right. Calvin says, a question for the globe truther. If the Earth is round, then how come we have straight lines? Your house should be curved with the Earth. Checkmate. That's for you, FTFE.
Just read this book. There we go.
Did you want to, for the podcast listeners, tell them what you just held up there?
The National Geographic's When Straight Line Become Curves, a non-Euclidean geometry book explaining how straight lines can exist on curved surfaces. I understand his question was a troll, but it actually, goes into the conversation because a lot of flat earthers don't understand the difference between Euclidean and non-Euclidean geometry. Of course, straight lines can exist on curved surfaces.
All right.
May I respond?
No.
Craig, it's like everything you say is, oh, this person doesn't understand.
No.
Oh, they're confused. This
I
person's
did not-
misunderstanding. That person doesn't.
All right.
You
Craig,
asked and I said no.
insult
All right, we do
everybody.
let
asked and I said no.
hold on,
Everybody.
FTFD. We do let the other side respond. I know.
I know.
Yeah.
He
That's
said,
what
"Can
I'm
I?"
saying.
I
That's
know
what I'm
you-
saying.
don't be pedantic. Just let them
Just
respond.
without interrupting me, just let me say it. Craig,
Oh, Rich.
everything I said, oh, I don't understand. I'm confused. Someone else makes a comment. Oh, they're just misunderstand. They're confused. Then you know what? There's a bunch of these misunderstood, confused people that don't believe this stupid globe bullshit anymore. So with you just insulting me,
Oh, no, you're still going.
insulting the super chatters, which we
Still
love the
going.
super
All right,
chatters.
we're doing meta debate
It's
now,
like-
so let's.
yeah, it's like, come on.
let's
You know,
let him
everyone's
respond.
just confused, right? You're perfect. You're the only one that
So
knows
again,
the truth, right? I don't believe that.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
disagree.
one that studied physics. You didn't. So again, I'll
Doesn't
get the
matter. It doesn't matter if you're wrong.
So
If you're
again-
saying
again-
that's things that aren't true.
No, still talking. He's still going on. No. So yeah, for the final word again, you're not stupid because you're a flat earther. You're a flat earther because you're stupid. Next.
All right.
Okay, that's funny. And I gave the quote from Socrates earlier about how when the
Socrates.
debate,
Say it
when
right,
the
for
debate
fuck's
is
sake.
lost,
His name is
when
not
the
Socrates.
debate is lost, insults become the loser's tool.
All right.
Facts are not insults, and his name
Right.
is not Socrates.
Right? Right.
We got the
Hey,
next question
hey,
coming in, guys.
What's his
All right.
name? What's the guy's name?
Socrates.
What's his name? And what did he
Socrates.
say? What did he say?
He said that you're a moron. I asked him.
Okay.
Oh,
We got a next question, guys, coming in. All right,
Craig.
they'll maybe yell over you. Andre says
Oh.
So Andre's LDH, I don't know, says no moon sets 10 minutes before the sunrise.
What did he say?
Says no, the moon sets 10 minutes before the sunrise.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
just
not
really
sure
good thing.
if he's talking about my prediction of the November 15th. That's when the full moon rises. The full moon rises like 10 minutes before the sun. That disproves globe theory. That's a
Where'd you
final
get that
nail in the
from?
coffin on that one. Look
Where
at
did you get
timeanddate.com. Timeanddate.com.
There. I'm there, and it doesn't say that.
You have to look up full moon rise, November 15th.
have
My location,
reason for what you're
Fullerton,
saying.
California. Look
Guys,
it up.
anybody to go and look at timeanddate.com and see that
Do
he's
it.
wrong, because I've just done it, and anyone
Look
else
at when the full moon rises this year, the Beaver moon. Look at the time it rises.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. You're wrong. Everyone else watching, please go and check that he is wrong.
But you gotta input the correct location.
I just did. You're wrong.
Fullerton, California.
Yeah, you're wrong. I checked.
Well, I checked it too.
Well, maybe you.
So we'll see what
we
happens.
understand you're very good at using
Why don't
technology.
we just
so,
see what happens, Craig? Hey, Craig, let's just see what happens, okay? And if the full moon rises 10 minutes before the sun, would you admit there's no globe theory, that it's bullshit?
No.
If it ends up being true, because I'm not lying. I double checked it multiple times over the course of this year because I've been looking at what's going to happen.
We all know
with the
that you're
cycles
not very
of the
good
moon.
with technology, so you know.
Well, the thing is, we got the cyber attacks and my devices got screwed up. We got hit bad in America.
Of course, the cyber attacks got your
you guys
device.
aren't in America. You guys are another
Your
country.
device is a Microsoft Windows thing that was affected by the the IT thing. Yeah, of course, the cyber attacks are going after your phone. Of course.
I mean, normally my phone works pretty good, but this evening, no. It's been screwed up ever since that started. So that's another weird insult. You're trying to say that I'm not good with technology. That's like, dude, you got to stop.
You know, there wasn't a cyber attack, right? You know, there wasn't a cyber attack.
Yeah. That, of course, you believe everything the government tells you. Dude, we're at war, okay? We are at literal war with Russia, okay? So don't try to...
This was nothing to do with Russia.
We're not against China. We're not against Russia. Dude, give me a break, okay? Give me a break.
Yeah, so
we're funding that. My country's funding that, okay? I know that's costing lives.
Are CloudStrike Russian? Are CloudStrike Russian?
No, but you got to understand what's going on is bigger than what they're showing on the news. If you're looking at the news, you got to understand that's like one layer of truth.
All right, we are,
and they're not telling you the truth.
Removed from the topic, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We can get off that. I just don't like the weird insult about me not being good with tech because it's like. Who cares?
I was going to say, your conversation earlier is kind of funny because I just got a notification. My music partner just uploaded Heaven and Hell, our take from yesterday on YouTube. I was like, wait, I'm not doing this. What's going on here? And then I just looked at my text, and he's like, oh, I thought that would be a good one to put up there. I was like, okay. Should have let me know. But
nice.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I was just like, well, we were just talking about having a theological debate. Look at that. Isn't that just...
Yeah, in the future.
Weird.
Well, in the future, that'll be fun.
Let's carry on. LJ says, if you dug straight down, will you come out upside down?
What do you think? Is that for me, or is it...
Well, no. So, because at the center of the Earth there will be a gravitational potential all around you, you would technically float at the center of the Earth because you would have a zero net sum of gravity. So as soon as you pass the center point, you're now going up instead of down. So no, you wouldn't come out upside down.
Okay. Has anyone ever dug to the center of the Earth?
Yeah, Rick and Morty did it. Using.
Oh, come on! I love Rick and Morty. Come on.
Rick, that's really hard for you watching Rick and Morty because the jokes must go right over your head.
No, I like it. But to answer
for
my response is they can't get to the center of the Earth. They can't get past. How much was it? 8 miles. It's ridiculous to think that there is anything that you could say is there. Like, how do people predict what they can't even see, right? I mean, if I can look at the water and see that it's flat, but oh no, my eyes don't work. But somehow, like, oh, we know what's at the center of the Earth, even though we can't get there and we'll never be able to get there.
Matthew, it's all right. It's science. You wouldn't get it.
Contradictory statement from the globe or the globe theory perspective. You know what I mean? It's like, can I trust my eyes? No. But I can look at Jupiter and tell you exactly how much it weighs, right? Oh, I can look at the Earth and see it's flat. Oh, no, it's not flat. but I could tell you
Earth
without
doesn't look
looking at
flat.
the center of the Earth exactly what's
What's this
there
guy
and
got-
exactly what would happen. It's preposterous, matey.
On
I
and on
tell
and
you,
on
good
and
sir,
on and
it
on
is
and on and
preposterous
waffle,
to
waffle.
suggest that
Goodness
you could
me.
know
Just
precisely
like
how
never
much
ending.
and what will be at the center of the Earth.
Just keeps on
All
going. Like a
All
fucking
right.
Energizer bunny.
Right? Hey, I love it. I love
Let's
this
carry on.
debate. I love this.
We got lots of super chats, and hopefully this allows for a little more unpacking and triggers some new thoughts here, guys. So
Nice.
all right.
Trigger.
Trigger some new thoughts. That's right. Yeah, let's spark some new ideas. JSS Tiger says side reel day is due to sidereal. Sorry, it's just sidereal day is due to Earth making 1 degree of its orbit in that time span. That's why the stars shift 1 degree. Can't Matthew see this? So I'll let you respond first there, Matthew.
So I can respond first. Okay, so is the solar day 24 hours or not? No, it is, right?
Yes.
And the sidereal day, how long is the sidereal day? Difference of like 3 minutes and 55 seconds. It's the problem is thinking that the Earth is a ball. That's the mistake. In reality, the
It's a
Earth is a
globe.
flat stationary plane, and the lights rotate above us. That's what the Globers can never admit. They will never admit it. And when they admit it, they will become flat earthers. Right?
All of reality disagrees.
No, actually, no.
Yes.
Not all of reality
No,
disagrees. Because
no.
there's more people every day. Every day, there's more people that are just rejecting this fake globe religion.
And there's people that
Every
then
day.
wake up and hey, if you go to my channel, there is a playlist called Interviews with Ex-Flat Earthers. You're welcome.
All right. Next one coming in.
I'll look at it. I'll look at it.
Kengo44 asks, I studied computers, and you know what I found? It's just a box with circuit boards in it.
More or less true.
Where I get my cookies.
Well, look at that. This is where we need the big banner on the screen that goes, they agree. Fireworks.
Well, I
everywhere.
mean, there's potential with the computer, right? I mean, the computer, you could look at some real things. You could look at fake things. You could write a true story. You could write a fake story. You could draw a picture. You could upload a real picture.
So far,
But yeah,
like
more or
we're
less, it's
doing
just like
right.
just a device, you know?
Matthew, can you just go and make my burger, please? I'd like fries with it.
I'm actually a really good cook. And if that was possible, I might, because I'm enjoying this conversation so much, I probably would cook a good burger for you.
Can I get no salt on those fries, please? Extra ketchup,
Jesus
thanks.
Yeah,
Stop
similar
that.
to yeah, I don't like too much salt either on my
Oh,
stuff.
man.
That's a good similarity.
Let's ask the next question.
Agreed.
JSS Tiger says, to Matthew, with a line of sight above the waves cannot block anything more than their own height. A 2-inch wave can't block more than a 2-foot wave can't block more than 2 feet.
That's incorrect. You have to increase the distance. You're not looking at something that's like, say, 5 feet away, and you're like, oh, I could see this thing 5 feet away. No, we're talking about like using these high zoom cameras like a P1000 and zooming in, like 20 miles or so on things that should be over the, what is it, the drop? You have to increase, and it's not there.
Sorry, it seemed like you cut out there at the end of your
Oh
statement.
no, I stopped. I thought I heard some words.
Maybe. Were you trying to do something there, FTFE? Did you want to respond?
But it's
No,
just,
he's just waffling. There's not really a response. I don't even think he knows what he's saying at this point. Kind of like when Biden speaks.
You're insulting me again, and I'll say it again.
These
When
are
something
facts,
is
not
far
insults.
away, when something is far away, it will look small. Now,
Look,
if there's a
not
small
see.
wave, let's say 2 or 3 feet tall wave comes, it can block something huge
No, it
in the
can't.
distance.
No,
I'm
it-
going to have to disagree. You're wrong, Craig. You're wrong.
All
If
right.
something is far away, it will look small.
These cows are small. These cows are far away.
What is that? Some Teletubbies? I don't watch those shows, man. Come on.
No,
You gotta use some references I get.
All right. Kango44 asks, Matthew, the sun does... Wait, he put does don't? Oh, Kango, I've got to do some deciphering here. The sun
what's he
does
saying?
don't. The sun doesn't change in angular size. As it sets, it's not perspective. Do you think you could zoom the sun back up with your P1000 after it has set? Please explain a sunset.
Okay, two things. When it goes far away, we can't zoom in on it because it's going to be blocked by the moisture in the air, like the opacity in the sky. And wait, what was the first part? I kind of forgot the first part of the question.
No worries. I can scroll back up here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just
no worries. So the first part is, could you zoom back into the sun with your P1000 after it has set?
No, not after it goes beyond the wall of opacity, when it's very far away. But an interesting thing about the size of the sun, when it's close to the horizon, sometimes it does look bigger. The moon too. Like when I see the moon at zenith, it looks small, but when it's setting or rising, it actually looks bigger, and it looks, orangish. So I disagree with that super chatter who said it stays the same size, because it doesn't. It actually, what I think it is how our perspective works. It's so far away, and it's where it is. It just makes it kind of warped. Like the thing about perspective will warp the path of the lights above us, which is why we get the southern star trails, the equatorial star trails, because our perspective will warp the path of the lights above us. But yeah, I disagree. I've seen the moon looks bigger at the horizon. The sun looks bigger sometimes. So I disagree with the super chatter.
All right. Let's try to push right into the next question. I think
I was going to respond to that.
All right. We got a lot of questions. So
it's a 20-second response.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even any that could be considered a rational thought.
Dude, that's I like that movie. That's Billy Madison, right? Is that Billy Madison? That clip.
Right. Let's carry on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care for the insults. It's like you're not gonna.
What insult?
You're just like.
Oh, you stupid! It's a description,
right? And I'm gonna go back to my boy Socrates, or whatever you said his name is. When the debate is lost, insults become the loser's tools. So,
yeah, I haven't insulted
go
once.
for it, Craig. Hey, go for it.
All right.
Play any clips you got.
I have not insulted you. I have described you.
Not that this isn't
now
fun.
You're lying.
Not that this
now
isn't
you're
fun
lying.
and having conversations about how people's names are pronounced in different places in the world. RT16 says, how do you explain the phenomenon known as lunar eclipses? In fact, what causes shadows on the moon in general? Why are there different phases of these shadows? Why are they able to accurately predict these phases? And then they add fart at the end. So, I mean,
oh, that's gross. They didn't have to add that.
I don't know.
Is it for Craig? Because honestly, the globe theory cannot explain the lunar eclipse.
Yes, it can.
The globe theory cannot explain it. Because I'll let you. I don't know if it's for you, Craig, or for me, but on the flat Earth, yeah, you can have a selenelion eclipse, which is called the impossible eclipse, because the Earth is not a globe. So, also, is it, Craig? Is it for you or for me, or am I taking it?
You, and right, explain the lunar eclipse. It wasn't asking about
the lunar eclipse, which is stupid to think that the lunar eclipse is a shadow, because I've never seen a red shadow. Shadows are dark; they don't turn bright red. Sorry, globe theory is dead when it comes to the lunar eclipse. Like, for example, if the sun is above the horizon, right? If the sun is above the horizon, how is it possible the shadow of the Earth can be on the moon when the sun and the moon are both above the horizon? It's impossible. There's no amount of imagination that can make that possible. And you know what else?
All right, hold on. We do have to let you can
yeah.
hold if you want to hold that thought just for a second. We do have to try to let
the last thing was why is it's red. The explanation is that it's just refracted light. Like some light decides to go one way and other light decides to go to the moon. It's stupidity.
All right.
It's a total contradiction of reality. That's it.
All right, let's let FTFE respond a little bit, and then you'll get the last word on this question.
Synelian eclipse is due to refraction, matches the globe model. It's red because as the moon enters Earth's shadow during a total lunar eclipse, it takes on a reddish hue. This happens because the Earth's atmosphere extends out into space and scatters shorter wavelengths of light, like blue and greens, more than the longer wavelengths like red and oranges. Every single thing you say is just a misunderstanding of the globe model. Not understanding something is not evidence against it.
Okay, so now you have proof of shadows refracting. Can you show me examples of a shadow refracting? Because I can understand light, but what you're talking about is a geometric impossibility, Craig. I'm going to finish this thought.
You asked me a question, I would like to respond.
I get to finish this thought.
All right.
But you asked me a question.
All right, just hold your answer, and just if you can do it in just a few seconds.
Okay, it's an impossibility for the globe. Okay, you cannot just refraction. That's doing it. No, because the sun and the moon will both be above the horizon during a selenelion eclipse. You want me to believe light is going all these
still going on?
All right.
You asked me a question about 5 minutes
ago. This is the end of my statement. It's just you want me to believe light's going different directions.
Why do you ask a question and then make a statement?
Well, let me hear your answer.
I've forgotten what the question was now because you rambled on for so long.
The question is, how is it possible that light is deciding to go different directions and shadows are deciding to go different directions?
I already answered that.
Who makes that decision, Craig? No. Who decides which light goes which way?
No. Are you finished talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already answered it. It's not my fault if you didn't listen. Again, different wavelengths of light are absorbed and scattered by different things. And it all matches the globe model. You not understanding these things does not make them false. The Synelian eclipse is explained perfectly by refraction. Shush. Everything matches the globe model. You just don't understand it. That does not make it false.
Okay, final word on that. You are correct that these things would match a contradictory...
There we go. That's the word. I am correct.
Listen, what? A contradictory...
Hold on, Craig.
Listen to my thought. Listen to my thought.
Next question, Matthew.
Listen to my thought. No.
What's the next question, Ryan? Let's go.
We have to let him finish the question.
Under the model, listen. Under the model of a contradictory, geometrically impossible...
It's not impossible. You just don't understand.
Right? That's under that. It would match. You could say anything. You could say, look at how flat the Earth is.
You just don't understand
Craig,
it.
no, I'm answering the question. You could say, look at how flat the Earth is. That perfectly matches the globe model.
1 second.
You could look at the ocean and say, look at how flat the ocean is.
That
matches the globe model.
You're just making things up.
You could look at something like
an forever.
I'm almost done.
You just go on and on and on and on.
All right,
I'm almost done. You could look at something like an impossible selenelian eclipse. Craig, you could say that matches the globe perfectly.
All
and
right,
then for you would be right.
This me doesn't shut.
All right, so sorry. Like I didn't mean to
for
put
you would be right.
Hold on, Matthew. We do have to move into the next question. So I
think, can move on.
Like I said, I think the audience has gotten your thoughts on how you both feel on that one there. So
nailed it.
All right, well, let's carry on. I'm glad you guys are well-spirited, even though this has been going on now. We're almost hitting the 2-hour mark, so we are getting through the super chats.
Yeah, it's only 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. We did start a little bit later than we initially planned, so thanks to Craig for staying up a little later with us than what you maybe...
He's technologically
cool. That's cool. And I appreciate you, Craig. This is a great debate, man. This is excellent.
Not for you, it's not.
Okay.
All right. We're going to move on from our T16's question, so thank you so much for your question. Kango44 asks another question. I got to stop saying question. That's going to really drive people nuts. They're going to be like, can you come up with another word? Matthew, rent a couple of total stations, and you can easily measure the curve of the Earth. Questions.
You wouldn't understand
what?
Yeah.
So. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure all these magic devices or whatever you say, and they'll give you exactly what you wanted to say. I mean, what are those devices you're referring to, like land surveying devices?
Yeah, surveyors would understand. That's why they have a job to do that.
Yeah, I've seen them work. They work about from one side of the street to the other side of the street.
Surveyors disagree with you.
They're not measuring 8 inches per mile square. They're probably just lining up.
Yes, surveyors wouldn't measure that, because that would be
why would they measure for curvature of the Earth? Because there is no curvature of the Earth.
Again, we discussed this earlier, Matthew.
Those guys are making like straight lines. I see them work in my city.
Matthew, I'm saying Matthew.
Yeah.
Again, we discussed this earlier. 8 inches per mile squared only applies at sea level, nowhere else.
All right, last words for Matthew.
Okay. So Craig, you said that at the beginning, and I know that's what you said. What you said is not in reality. On water, there is no 8 inches for that first mile and squared for the next mile.
Yes, there is.
It's not there.
If you
said is there. Listen, that's why we're disagreeing. You're saying it's there. I'm saying no, it's not there.
Yeah, because you're wrong.
Of course, you would say that.
Yeah, because
of course you have to believe that. You cannot go yourself.
Don't have beliefs. You're the one with beliefs about the magic sky and stuff. Let's remember
curvy the Earth is, right? Right, Craig. Look at how curvy the Earth is. Damn. No, it's not there. You got to come to terms with reality.
Craig has frozen on us. Oh no, his internet.
He'll come back. He'll come back.
Well, we'll give him a second here. I'm not sure if you can hear us, Craig, but you are just you look perplexed right now. Let us see. We got another question that we could probably ask while we try to get this fixed up here.
Okay. Maybe a fun one, right? Maybe it's like an insult one or something, like something that just for me to.
All right. Well, yeah, I will remind the good people of the audience here. Yeah, it looks like Craig's going to rejoin us. Yeah, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We really appreciate it at the YouTube channel here and help us out. We appreciate everybody who's put in super chats. We have another live event coming up in New Jersey. It's going to be DebateCon 5, so keep an eye out for some more great announcements regarding the speakers that we're going to try to get out for this live event. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, let's see here. I'm just going to check my email. And I'll remind our live chat. Well, I guess I'll wait till Craig gets back and we'll go over it. I see you there, Danny Diesel. I see Bad Moon Rising. We can't do that. That's gonna get us kicked right off the air.
Hello, am I back?
You are back.
All right.
Yeah.
Craig is back. So we
don't know what happened there. We had a power cut for a second. I think everything's back.
No worries. Yeah, perfect. Well, at least it didn't take too long to get you back into the stream. Welcome back, Craig. So let's.
Everything went dark for a minute, and then it came back. I was worried. I thought it was aliens.
Oh no, they're coming for you too. All right. So, Calvin says, to the globalist, 1 degree of Earth equates 69 miles. Nice.
Yes.
The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. But miles were invented in the 19th century.
So, what were you cut out a second there? Repeat that, sorry.
So he said the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, but miles were invented in the 19th century.
Okay. It doesn't change the fact that the Earth works out to be 69.1 miles per degree. Just because we came up with miles at a different time doesn't. I mean, things can still be a size before we've created a unit of measurement.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's why, like, when I ask questions, if I don't use the correct term, it's like, if you know what I'm saying, translate what I'm saying, like, so I understand it back, like the answer. But is that guy, like, just trolling it?
All right. Well, Calvin, you can answer that question in the live chat or super chat, however you please, because it looks like Calvin's got more questions where that came from. He says, globe. Prove your globe in an irrefutable way that doesn't require expensive equipment, that only rich elites like you have. Computers and cartoons? And he says to Flat, how many crayons have you eaten? Calvin, you're making no friends here tonight at all, it seems. All right, well, go ahead there, FTFE. I like you, Calvin.
So what did they ask me? Prove my globe without expensive equipment? No, unfortunately, only us elites are allowed to know the truth. You pathetic peasants with your pennies, you don't get to know. Go back to working in the mines, please.
Well, it seems like you get what you give out, eh? No, that's fine. Yeah, let's carry to the next super chat. But I appreciate it, Calvin. That's spicy. A little bit of extra spice on the top.
And by the way, I live in a council house in Scotland. I'm not one of the rich elite.
No worries. If you saw where I live, I'm a Nova Scotianer. That just tells you everything you need to know right there. You're either retired or you're young and poor. All right, Matthew.
Yes.
Van Dred asks, basically all food and water is regulated by government. Do you not eat food because of your distrust in government? It'd be very easy to control a population after all.
Yeah, there's foods I definitely avoid. Definitely. I don't know how much you want me to get into that, but do I trust the government? No. Do I trust what is it called? GMOs? No. Franken foods? No. I tried eating the fake meat, the plant meat. That's disgusting. I eat like vegetables, fruit. I get really like natural things.
A vegetable.
You know, like I don't know. I just try to eat natural things. I just stay away from processed foods just for that reason. Like a lot of sugar drinks.
I'll have all the bacon. It's all right. I'll have the bacon. That's fine. You can leave that to me.
Yeah, I don't have any problem.
And Ryan, by bacon, we don't mean that crappy circle stuff you have. We mean actual thick.
But I mean that the pig. That's at least an animal. That's like a natural thing. But I mean, if you're gonna eat some super processed like dextro corn, corn sugar oil, and I would say probably try to stay away from that stuff. Everything they have to advertise, they do so for a reason. You know what I mean?
I want bacon
so that's my
bad. This is bad. I'm hungry now. You've done this. I'm bad for just and we're famous. Canadians are famous for what?
I'm on a cut.
Maple syrup.
Talking about food. This
bacon.
is not fair.
All right, we got great bacon up here. Maple bacon is not my favorite though. Smoked bacon's the way to go. All right, I'm gonna make a burger after this. I'm a burger fiend lately. It's been bad. My wife, she just thinks I'm iron deficient or something because I've just been on a kick. I eat burgers lately. All right, Ozian Talk says, Matthew, I will debate you on flat Earth or God. So there's an invitation there.
I accept both, but it's not up to me. It's up to the James, who runs Modern Day Debate. I defer to him.
Ozian has his own platform.
I like Ozian. Hey, Ozian, what's up, Ozian? You're cool. I just disagree with you of a couple things, but I think you're cool, man. I would love to debate you in the future.
Yeah, I was going to say, he does have his own space online that you could probably hit him up and debate him as well.
Well, I'm open to that.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, I think that's what you were trying to say there, Craig. So, JSS Tiger's coming in saying, to the Flat Earther, you don't like seismology because we can't see more than 8 miles down. Do you like sonar for oceans?
Well, it depends. I mean, sonar can go through water, yeah. But if you want me to believe that sonar can penetrate thousands of miles down, I'm going to say that's not reality. That's like a lie. But over water, underwater, yeah, of course. And I do think seismology is real. I don't agree with the theory of plate tectonics. And I went over that in my other
debate. If you agree or not.
But sonar and water, yeah, of course that could work. Perfect medium for it too.
All right, Let's try to carry into the next question. Once again, thank you everybody for your questions. And I'll just go over a poll right quick. We got 611 votes. If we could get that many likes, that would be remarkable for our live stream right now.
Smash the like on my channel as well, guys.
Oh yeah, smash the like wherever you're at. Make sure that you know, any space where you can get these guys out in the algorithm and get people here in these conversations. Fantastic. We like to keep an open, neutral space here, and have unbiased moderation at Modern Day Debate. So it's an open space for everybody of all walks of life to come and make your case. So the Earth is 29% voted flat, 59% have voted a globe, and 12% have voted for it's a donut halo world. All right, whatever donut you'd prefer. Right. Oh yeah, I was telling you earlier, I played that at the show, and everybody just turned their heads. They were like, "Is that the Halo theme song?" Oh yeah, it was funny. All right, Jiffy Jiffwald says, Matt, what causes tides on your tortilla on a tortoise a tall tail?
What causes
Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I need to use the toilet. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, there's all kinds of stuff going on with the water. There's a lot of electricity in the sky. There's all kinds of phenomenon that's taking place. To say that it's the moon, I wouldn't say that's the case. But do you mean like the rising of the tides throughout the day? Do you mean? Because I'm not sure if you mean about like during the night and during the day. Because as you notice, sometimes the moon is out during the day and not at night. That's why I disagree with the idea about the moon controlling the tides. But I do understand about the water, and there's something happening with the water pressure. It's like the waves, something that's causing the waves. It's similar as to what causes the high and low air pressure of hot and cold air, thermodynamics. But there's a lot that we need to relearn, are things that we were told in school that was a lie. So we have to throw out what was a lie and like relearn reality for new. Everybody has to, like, whatever you were told as a little kid was probably a lie. So learn it, relearn everything as if reality was new.
Let's try and push through another super chat here. Let's see. I got other questions for you here for sure. So Jason St. John says, everyone is lying to them, so they just dismiss everything. You can't get through to people like that. They are blessed with special insight. And then he has a bleh, pukey emoji. So I'll give you a chance to, if you want to say something to Jason St. John, go ahead.
Is that for Craig or me?
That, I think, is for... I'm not sure, honestly. I don't want to assume. I just
things could apply to either of us, right?
I'm just gonna go see what Jason's what his comments in the past have been. That sometimes gives some insight. I'm getting some echo now. What's up with that? Hello? Nah, we got a little echo. Well, let's hope that goes away. All right, let's carry into the next question here. You know what? Yeah, well, let's ask that one again and just apply it to everybody, because I thought that one might be ambiguous, but it seems, well, yeah, it is. Yeah, so let's carry on. Craig, ever heard of the vanishing point?
Yeah, it's an artistic kind of thing that talks about how when you're doing art, things can vanish at a certain point. Flat earthers try to apply it to reality, but there isn't a vanishing point. That's called the horizon.
So I'll respond by saying, so artists, when they're drawing reality, you say they're not drawing reality. That the vanishing point is just a thing.
Yeah,
That's
art
ridiculous.
is reality. I absolutely, to respond to your question, art is not reality. Yes, that's correct.
So when they're painting realistic images, they're not drawing it reality. They're not drawing reality.
No, they're applying artistic methods to reality to make it look good on stage.
Why would they lie in their art and create this false idea called a vanishing point?
Art isn't lying, it's art.
Right, and so the question is, what is the vanishing point?
Yeah,
What is
something
the
that should be
significance
art.
of that to perspective? What is the significance of the vanishing point?
It exists in art, not in reality.
So you don't think there is a vanishing point in reality for your perspective when you're looking at things?
No, vanishing
You
point isn't
don't
a thing
think
in
you
reality.
don't.
No,
Oh my God, Craig, I'm
I've
sorry,
answered your
man.
question.
Oh my
I
God,
don't
I'm
care how many
sorry,
times you
dude.
ask the same
Yeah.
question. The answer's going to be the fucking same.
All right.
Hey, calm down, man. It's okay. It's okay, man. No one's gonna hurt you, Craig.
This was the question.
No one hates you here, Craig.
I have
Everything's
answered your
cool,
question
man.
several times.
Everything's cool, man.
All right. We're
Do
gonna
not need
move.
to ask
We're
the
moving
same
into the next question.
because you do not understand the answer.
All right.
Yeah, I'm totally confused. Got it.
All right.
Everybody's totally
Yes,
confused.
I agree.
Got it.
You are confused.
All right, don't make me use my
don't use
my
the
outdoor
sharp
voice,
thing.
guys. Come on, let's carry on. We got more questions coming in, and that one was for you, Craig. So I did want to give you the last word on that. But you guys are getting in all that meta discussion, you know. Book an after
Great.
show, you know. No, I'm just.
Oh, this
I'm
is
picking.
great. That's a good idea, Ryan.
Everyone.
Good idea.
So
Gym in like 4 hours.
this one here is, yeah, I guess it's pretty late for you. So we are getting close to the end of Super Chat. So if you have a question, and get it in now. Otherwise, we are going to get to closing statements here very shortly. Pseudonym. Actually, we had this question. Says from Jason St. John says everyone is lying to them, so they just dismiss everything. You can't get through to people like that. They are blessed with special insight. It's an ambiguous question. So Jason, if you want to let us know who that was for, and then they can come at you in live here. So, Pseudonym asks, a question for Craig. You mentioned the atmosphere moves with a helicopter. How high does a helicopter have to fly for the world to spin under it? Or is hovering fake?
Again, the atmosphere moves with the Earth, so there's no point that a helicopter could hover for the Earth to move under it, because the helicopter needs the atmosphere to hover. Did you not? Atmosphere.
You just admitted the
land.
Earth isn't moving, Craig. You just admitted the Earth is not moving.
No, I said the atmosphere.
There's no point.
There's
no point at a helicopter. Your words. No point a helicopter could be above the Earth.
I'm
the Earth would
Right.
move.
I am
Let's
talking.
let Craig.
Got it.
Let's let Craig.
I am
Nailed
in
it,
the
brother.
middle of talking.
Nailed it.
I am in the.
Hold on.
Nailed it.
I'm hovering
I
over
am
the
in
mute.
the
I'm, like I
middle.
said, Matthew, I
am
don't
in
want
the
to do that.
middle of talking.
Go ahead, Craig.
Yes. The atmosphere is what makes the helicopter hover. So the helicopter could not go anywhere to watch the world rotate underneath it because it needs the atmosphere to hover. It cannot go outside of the atmosphere. So no, I did not just admit that the Earth is stationary. You just didn't understand the words that I said and then interrupted with your laugh of incredulity.
All right, I'll give you a chance to respond there, Matthew, since you seem to
Oh,
have some
but yeah,
thoughts there.
hey, but Craig, I agree with you. Craig, I agree with you that. I agree with you, Craig. Craig, I agree with you.
Hold on. What's the problem here? What's the
Okay,
problem
I get a minute, don't I?
Hold on, what's going
I get
on?
a minute,
Craig?
don't I?
No,
wrong?
he doesn't get
I get a
to
minute.
respond to that.
I get a
No.
minute. I get
No,
Why? What's
a
going
little
on?
bit.
no,
30 seconds?
he doesn't get a minute. No,
1
he
minute?
doesn't get
Can I
to respond
respond?
to that because
Can I
he
respond?
interrupted me. He lost his chance to respond.
I want to respond.
Question.
All right,
But Craig, I agree with you. I agree
No,
with you.
you
There's
don't get
no
a chance to
point
respond
a
to that.
helicopter. There is no point a helicopter.
You do
could
not
be
get. No
above the
one is
Earth
listening to you. You
in
do not
order-
get a chance to
Craig,
respond.
that's my last.
Sorry,
That's
no.
my
Alright.
final
No.
statement. Is
All
that
right,
I
we're
agree
done.
with you.
All right,
Next question.
All right, if we're
Listen,
gonna.
let me just
Next
end
question.
it, please.
All right.
Please,
No,
let me
that
end
was
it.
for me,
Hold
not
on,
you.
hold on.
I wanna
Question
just
was
end
for
it.
me, not
Hold
you.
on. We're not.
I get-
We're just. What I think would be best is to, like I said, let Matthew get out his thoughts. Like I
Yeah.
said,
No,
it's
the question was for me, not him.
no, I
respect
understand,
you
but
guys.
like we always let people go back and forth.
I love
so,
you
like,
guys,
He
right? I
interrupted
get a
me
moment to
because he
talk,
lost his
don't
chance
I?
to
all
respond.
right, you're all
No,
talking all
because
at
you
once.
interrupted me.
Can I
We've
can I
got-
talk?
We've got another question coming
No.
in. I can't
This-
just have you guys going back and forth like
Can I-
this. And like
He
I said,
interrupted me. He lost his chance to respond.
that's
This
that's
is
that's
This is consequences to his actions.
I just need-
that's how you can work it on your channel. But yeah, I'm gonna give him a chance to
I
respond.
just need a moment. I'll just say it quick. We all know what I'm gonna say, so I have to say it.
It's going to be stupid.
Craig, I agree with you that
I don't
there
want
is
you to
no.
agree with me.
Hey, you're interrupting me, Craig.
All right, one
Yeah, I
second.
know you
I
interrupted me.
want
This
to
is how
say.
it works.
I want to say simply,
No.
with respect.
You interrupted me. I'm going to
That-
interrupt you.
I agree
Every
with
time you speak, I'm
you,
going to speak.
Craig. I respect
No.
you, man.
No, I don't respect you.
Ryan,
I don't
I
respect.
respect it. I
All
respect
right,
it,
let him
but I
finish
gotta
his
say my
thought,
point.
please.
I gotta
Craig.
say my
Just
point.
Let's let him
I
finish
gotta
his
say
thought,
my
and then you
point.
can
What he
respond.
did to
Without
me.
interrupting, please. Without interrupting,
No.
please.
No.
I want to just say that
No.
I agree with you that there's no point
you don't.
that a helicopter could be high enough
because
above
the atmosphere.
Earth
Stop.
to
Shush.
to
Let's move
ever
on. Next
see the
question.
Earth moving. So
no
we
one's
can
caring.
move on
No one's
with
listening
that
to you.
All right,
thought.
Craig, 1 second.
I agree with you, Craig, on that. So we can move on.
All right. Sorry, Craig. If you want to respond there, like I said, you're welcome to
No,
respond.
sorry. I was just treating him how he treated me. I was just showing him what happens when he interrupts me. He gets it back.
Oh, you guys raising the bar on Discord here. I see tonight. You guys are dedicated to the cause. All right, Jiffy Jiff Wald
Everyone knows
asks,
my rules, man.
I know. I'm just picking. All right. Jiffy Jiff Wald asks, "Hi, Craig. What causes tides on the globe? You know, reality? Matt, give some unsubstantiated nonsense about electricity in the air and waves." In quotations.
Oh, was I in the toilet at that point? Yeah, it's gravity. That's what causes tides. Gravity in the Earth's rotation. It's very, very simple. So the water that is closest to the moon has the strongest gravitational pull. So that water creates a bulge. The Earth has a gravitational pull towards the moon, so it moves slightly and creates a bulge on the other side. The Earth rotates within that bulge. That's why you get 2 tides each day. Gravity is the answer. Nothing to do with electromagnetism or any nonsense that he would speak about. And honestly, nobody should ever listen to him in anything relating to physics, maths, reality, and I'm assuming hygiene.
Oh. So the reason you're wrong is because the moon is there during the day and the night. The moon can be out during the day and the night, any cycle of the moon. So that disproves you right there, honestly.
No, it doesn't.
Now, for another thing, you want to suggest that there's some type of bulge on the Earth. Do you have any video of this alleged water bulge you're talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll send it to my page of this huge miles big water bulge that is there when the moon is not there, right? Because the moon can go during the day and the night.
Yeah,
let's let him respond.
Just Google.
We got to let Craig respond to some of that too.
Yeah, just Google the epic view of the moon transit from Discover satellite. You'll see the bulge there. It's very, very slight because the Earth's very, very big.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I don't care about these cartoon 3D like that. No one believes that anymore, Craig. That's
your
bullshit.
belief is
People
irrelevant. We all know you believe
anymore.
in childish things like a magic sky daddy, so your belief is irrelevant.
All right, we got one more question. Hopefully whoever is excited and
Next
has
debate.
a bulge
debate.
hits the like button. We are going to move in to the last question here with my nasty dad joke. Kango44 says, "Matthew, does a car move away from underneath you when you travel in it? No. Conservation of momentum is a thing. A helicopter is no different." And then for just some spice, they say, "Dummy."
Yeah, once again, it's like you're trying to reinforce a lost position. The globe theory is dead. People don't believe it anymore. Talking about a car going away from me, what does that have to do with anything? And the whole thing about a helicopter hovering in place, we don't need to go there because I don't want Craig to be upset about that. But yeah, that proves the Earth is not moving. If a helicopter can hover in place, that means the Earth is not moving.
Rotates with Earth. Next.
And you say that, so that's another thing that is non-existent. You're saying it because you were taught it in school. A lot of people believe it, but unfortunately, that has been exposed to be not true.
All right, we'll give you a chance to respond there, Craig.
Yeah, just saying it's a lie doesn't make it a lie. Saying it's not true doesn't make it untrue. The problem is that you are not smart enough to figure out what is and isn't.
Oh, another insult. I'm confused.
No,
I'm not
calling you
enough.
Dumb is not an insult. It's a fact.
All right.
Craig said I'm stupid.
What we're going to do before we start selling everybody our modern day debate handkerchiefs for your tears, all right? Something to dry everybody's faces off, all right? No need to cry, okay? It's fine. No, I'm just picking. What we're going to do is go into those 1-minute closers. So all we ask in the closing statements is a 1-minute summary, your thoughts on the conversation today, other conversations you'd like to have in the future, and where everybody can find you. So FTFE, you're first on the floor. You got a minute. So thoughts on the discussion? Some other stuff you might want to debate here.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'm going to get someone else to do it for me. 1 second.
Oh no. I'm worried.
Come on.
Hold myself in here. Strap in.
It's okay. Let him do it. It's not going to bother me.
He's smiling.
It's not going to bother me.
He's smiling.
Not gonna bother me.
I've just debated a flat earther called Matthew. We're about to finish the debate. Could you just tell everyone what we think of flat earthers, and then where to find me online and stuff? Over to you.
Absolutely, Craig. All right, folks, let's wrap this up. Matthew here has reminded us why flat earthers or flurfs are about as smart as toe fungus. It's truly mind-blowing how they manage to reject all common sense and scientific evidence. But hey, every circus needs its clowns, right? If you want to see more of these hilarious debates and some solid science smackdowns, make sure to check out Craig's YouTube channel, FTFE. It's where we keep the facts flying and the flurfs flailing. Catch you all online at FTFE.
Thanks, Lucy. Even my AI thinks you're dumb. Crazy. Over to you.
All right, go ahead.
Well, it's like even your backup is fake, computerized bullshit, Craig. That's very funny to me. You are very entertaining.
Programmed, Lucy. Don't you diss
do not
Lucy.
Interrupt me during my final moment. You will not interrupt me during my final moment. So simmer down now. Simmer down now, Craig. Simmer down now. I want to say you've been very entertaining during this debate. There's nothing new you've said that. I mean, people don't believe that shit you say anymore. But I love you, man, and I'll debate you more. I'll smoke you in a debate about does God exist or is God good? Yeah. But yeah, I had a great time. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Craig. Big shout out to everybody that I love and the people that are my haters. Hate. That's it. Earth is flat and stationary. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming out to Modern Day Debate. I swear, Craig, you're seeing how far you can go with me sometimes. You're just like, is he going to get me? Is he going to mute me? Because
Sorry.
I saw that. He burst out laughing. He was just like, I got him. I think you're just trying to push me. Awesome. No, I'm just, honestly, I'm just picking on you fellas. Appreciate you guys coming out, having the debate on Modern Day Debate. Hopefully you've had fun. If you're hanging out in the live chat, hit the like button, boost us up in the algorithm. We appreciate that. We're going to close out. Once again, thanks to FTFE and Matthew for coming out and having the discussion. It takes a lot more to come out here on screen than it is to just sit in a live chat and say this and that. So, as much as you may agree or disagree with people, they're the ones on screen that are making it happen. So, got to appreciate them for that. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next time.
of regression. Tyranny's mixed with self-oppression. What am I to do but tear away when I'm boiling at the top? Try to find a way to fight the fire. Smart to rap from the minds of liars. Call the shots as you bow your heads, and the march never stops. The stars could be free, but this insanity bends you right by the knee. Running in circles now for something that can't be found. And I bet as you hit the wall, the rain starts to fall. You can run away, sing a tune that's true. I'll be beside you. To decay from tears of blood, regrets of laughter. Turn around as your heart beat faster. You hollow shape as the faith begins to drop. Shelter can find your thoughts of suicide. It's hanging down by the fray. Running in circles now for something that can't be found, and there's no time for today. Prayed away, the world would be untrue. I will rise against you. Until they're gone, nothing can matter at all. Insanity bends you right by the nail. Running in circles now for something that can't be found. Out of breath, smashed the wall. The water consumed all. You prayed away that the world would be untrue as it rose against you. Unfair Did you think it would always be for free? Now sit back, watch it burn, burn, burn forever.